Peggy 12.
Come on! Crank that beat! Go, party people! Everybody still cooking? Oh, yeah! Now you got it! Okay! USA! Now, let's go!
He was obsessed, you see, with finding an appropriate vessel for this power.
Showtime, baby!
Prepare. Fight with all your heart!
An honor, to be sure.
Where are you going? Let us begin. No! One more! What? Defend us! That's
You cretin! Meaningless effort!
Attitude!
Street Fighter 6!
All right, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sets here on a Tuesday night, the Tuesday show. For Bison, it was just a Tuesday. But yes, we got more games, more players, and more news to discuss with you guys here in the stream channel. You can only find it here exclusively on twitch.tv/CapcomFighters. I'm going to be your host once again for another episode tonight, Jammers. And alongside me, outside of this lovely news that you guys saw not too long ago, last week, there was some crazy stuff happening at the Game Awards. This was one of the things that was shown and revealed over there. I'm going to be discussing it with a special guest tonight. My usual minions are not here. They're taking the day off. I've got a special guest coming all the way from the States. He's going to be joining me talking some Street Fighter. Yes, when we roll on the screen and look over there, he will be joining us. He was here before, and he's come back. But yes...
Hey.
There he is, Mr. Mustopheles in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, Mustopheles, it's been quite some time. It's good to have you back. How are you feeling today, good sir?
I'm feeling good. Again, thank you to yourself, Rich, Mark, all you guys for having me back on. It really, really means a lot. I'm very honored to be here. Really excited to be part of this broadcast. And we've got a lot of great stuff to talk about, whether that is Street Fighter 6 stuff or, we did talk about also wanting to bring up how I performed at NEC this week and how that time was. Then, of course, we have the battle between X-Finesse and Ultimate Weapon, a match that I've been wanting to watch in like a long format capacity for quite some time. These are kind of a couple of heavy hitters that haven't really like burst onto the scene up until like this year. Now, if you're from like this part of the States, you know about them, but like it seems like over the past year or two, they've really been making a name for themselves, really garnering a lot of traction online. I think we've got a great match ahead of us.
We do indeed. But before we roll in and discuss a little bit more things about what Mr. Mustopheles was alluding to, we have to give you guys the running show to let you know how things go down here on the Set Show on Tuesday. So first, right now, we are covering SF news, all things SF related results-wise for the tournament, as well as the more Street Fighter 6 related news that was coming out or that has come out over the past couple of weeks, you need to keep an eye on all the socials because Capcom are drip feeding Street Fighter 6 stuff slowly and shortly. And then in about 10 to 12 minutes, we are going to get our guests tonight. They are in the green room, they are waiting. We're going to get our guests in and we're going to chat to them, know a bit more about themselves, their character choices, and we'll just hear them bicker amongst themselves about how they don't like the other person's character. And then, of course, in about 20 plus to 30 minutes from now, we are going to have the big old First to 10 exhibition underway for you guys. If you don't want to stick around, but I urge you to do stick around because I know you want to know more about these players from the East Coast, then please, we'll see you at at 9:15 p.m. UK time for the First to 10 exhibition. Now, Mr. Masofis did mention it. This is the fight card for tonight. We actually advertised it last night, and lo and behold, this was not me that set this up. This is our special guest, Mr. Masofis, bringing you these players. They are select on. They are some of the strongest in their region. They've been doing some damage, and they're going to be joining us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be having Ultimate Weapon in certain parts of the world. Some people misspelled his name and called him Ultimate VPN. They've called him Ultimate VPN, but he is going up against X-Finesse. Boxer going up against Ed. So, Mustopheles, first of all, thank you for setting this up, firstly. Now, I got to ask you this. I like asking this with Veggie as well. Why specifically these two?
So, like I said, unless you're from this part of the country where you pay really close attention to, like, specifically online United States Street Fighter, because neither of these players travel that much. They've been able to do that a little bit more this year, but unless you pay really close attention, you might not have heard of these guys. In fact, earlier this year, we really saw Ultimate Weapon burst onto the scene with the latter parts of NLBC before it shut down, and then he's really been doing damage in the CLG Run It Thursday events as well. Basically, one of the only people to really contest regularly with IDOM, like really give him a run for his money. And you know, he got a lot of credit from IDOM. IDOM talked about him a lot on the stream, you know, that he's like this sleeper guy that nobody knows about, right? And then on top of that too, X-Finesse, now again, if you're from this part of the country, you've been terrorized by his Ed for the past 4 years. It's a nightmare, it's no fun to run into. But again, he doesn't really travel that much to offline events for whatever reason. So unless you're in the know online Street Fighter, you don't really get to see these players. But if you talk to anybody who's like a high-level player that watches these two or runs into them, they will tell you they are two of the very best in the United States, not even just the East Coast, in the United States. I personally think, X-Finesse is top 3 Eds in the world, right behind Ajax Fidelity and Ending Walker. Ultimate Weapon, I definitely say top 5 Balrogs in the world, especially with a character that's kind of underrepresented at the moment for some reason. But nevertheless, incredibly strong. And to have this opportunity, like I'd mentioned, a long format set, where we're going to see a lot of adaptation. We're going to see both these players take it really seriously. This is their time to shine on the big stage. I really think this is going to prove something special. And on top of that, too, X-Finesse is like, if I can get into a little bit of the glitz and glam of like having a show like this, he is a noted Ed down player. He is like the king. I swear to you, if you see somebody on Twitter and they're like, oh my god, dude, I don't like, Flickr is so cheap. What do you do about, like, you can't do anything. I swear he has an app on his phone that tells him, he gets a push notification that somebody is saying Ed is too strong, and he is there in 15 seconds. I guarantee it. It doesn't matter who it is. Maybe they don't even speak English. He will translate it, and he will say, nope, you just gotta, you know how to punish it. It's not that bad. Damn. So I'm excited to see how this goes.
So we got a live directed Ed down player here. Don't worry, you heard it here first. We're gonna get the answers out. We're gonna wring the answers out of him later on in the show. Give us a couple of minutes. But you know what? Talking about, taking advantage of big opportunities and whatnot. I mean, you were at NEC this past weekend. Just fell short of a top 3, but overall, was it a good weekend for you, NEC?
Yes, a really good weekend. I have to give a lot of shout outs to Big E and his staff. Last year, they were the first event to give me my, like, kind of a big break opportunity at an offline event. I had been doing so much work for commentary online, with Wednesday Night Fights and Salt Mine League. And then it came time for offline events to become a little more normal, and so I applied, and both at Summer Jam and NEC, they gave me chances. I got to do top 8 at both. Nice. And so I'm forever grateful and indebted to them, and I was like, I want to go back. And so I went back this year. I got to commentate top 16, and then I was fortunate enough to make top 8 on loser's side. Actually, and I do have to say, I was very proud of myself. I started out the match against OG Yon and actually had to forfeit a game. because my controller disconnected mid-match.
No
and he was
way.
like, I hate, yeah, it was oh man, I was so mad.
No
But he was
way.
like, I don't want to be that guy, but I was like, you know what, man, I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it. So I was pretty tilted, but kept my composure, won 6 games straight, and then made top 8. And in order to secure my 4th place spot, I did beat the guy who gate kept me out of top 8 last year. So that felt very good.
Hey, okay, progress, and he's overcome
Yes.
the demons, and again, slowly but surely getting that top 3 potentially going to be winning a tournament very soon. While commentating as well, keep an eye out for this dude, man. He's come up with some really cool tech with V-Skill 2, V-Trigger 2, Akuma there. But yes, you know, that was great to hear. We do have to swiftly move on, though, because we did have some more tournament action over the weekend with CPT related stuff. So we do have an image here. It will show up very soon. It was regarding another World Warrior in the Salt Mine League. I believe it was for Western Europe, where we had MDZ Jimmy and Saint Cola come and commentate that. But it was Geeko from Italy who won the tournament, and he has qualified for the finals, taking the Queen, taking Cammy to the finals there. So we do have to congratulate Geeko for qualifying for the finals there. And shout out to all the other guys that are involved. Mr. Wolf, Akram, amazing Lucia, Snowboy as well, putting in the work. We had Garnet. That was a great top 8 to watch and witness, because you know what? There was strong representation there, and it was very difficult to pick a winner, because once Takamura left the equation, it was anybody's game. It was anybody's game, and Geeko definitely showed them all the day. There is the image right now. Oh, there you go. I missed out Maeve, Gambonera, and Jin as well. So this is what the top 8 looks like for the Europe West World Warrior. It is now concluded. No more events. Geeko will be taking the Cammy to the finals. He's got a lot of work to do from now until February there. So well played to him. Were you able to catch any of this over the weekend at all?
Unfortunately, I was not. I was a little too busy. However, I did notice before the broadcast started, I looked it up. And surely enough, Geeko is actually the only Cammy player qualified for Capcom Cup.
That is right.
Now, again, you know, the character has received some, I don't want to say meaning, like, there's significant nerfs, but I don't think big enough for her to be, like, out of a top 10, 15 spot. But she has been nerfed in a way that matters. So for Geeko to still make that work, especially against some very, very strong talent, we've seen that that Western Europe region really come through and provide a lot of great competition for somebody like Takamura. For him to be the only Cammy, I think really speaks to the level of his play and his determination.
That is right indeed, and shout out to the stream team for putting this on. I actually didn't know, I didn't think they were going to add the qualified players from the World Warrior on the same page as the online premieres, but it looks like they have. They've updated it. So Ending Walker is there, Cereblast, Joe Umarogan, shouts to Joe, Mono, I cannot read that. Did that say Naruto? Please do not tell me that says Naruto.
I don't think so.
I could be, hopefully I'm reading that wrong, and my eyesight is failing me these days. Someone's there in between, it says Naruto. Oh my god, I didn't want to read that. Okay, shout out to Naruto RSA, as well as Oil King, and we have W Falcon, Geeko, RF from Australia, Uriel, Valorio, hopefully I pronounced that right, and Vega Patch. Congratulations to Vega Patch from the Spanish World Warrior for qualifying as well. I can't believe that says Naruto, to be honest with you. I'm still thinking about that, but these are all the players that are currently qualified for the CPT finals. Like we said before, it is going to be bigger than it ever has before, and there's a lot of World Warrior finals happening from now until the end of the month. So keep an eye out, because the respective streams and tournament organizers, they're putting out, the finals, the regional finals are happening. Keep an eye out for that. We will update you. Keep an eye on the Capcom Pro Tour website as well, because they'll update you as quickly and as swiftly as possible to make sure. But you know what? Things are coming thick and fast, and those places are filling up. I mean, Mustafis, how many more Lukes do you think we're going to get from now to the end of the month?
You know, like, if I'm not even joking, I'm going to guess at least 2. At least 2.
Okay.
There are a bunch already qualified, but you know what? As we've seen, he is the poster boy for Street Fighter 6, so the marketing team has done their job. You got to have one eye closed, remember?
Oh man, oh, you're the greatest. Oh look, there it is, Speak of the Devil. Ladies and gentlemen, this was announced at the Game Awards. There's a date. It is officially announced June the 2nd, 2023. So whatever it is you're planning, if you got work that day, don't go to work that day. Call in sick, I'll give you a doctor's note. I'm not even a doctor, and I'll give you a doctor's note to make sure you can get on this game and pre-order it. If you are pre-ordering it on Steam, PlayStation, wherever, the pre-orders are up right now. There are 3 different editions for the game, as far as I'm aware. Speak of the devil, it's actually on the screen. I'm so blind. There is a standard edition that gives you the full game. There's the deluxe edition that gives you the full game, and the Season 1 character pass. So, I wonder who's going to be in there. And then, of course, there is the Ultimate Edition, full game, and the Year 1 Ultimate Pass. I actually do not know if they have divulged any details as to what is in that Ultimate Pass. I do not know. If any of the PlayStation, if the PlayStation website or the Steam page says it, then go on there and check it out. But yes, if you want to pre-order the game now, you are more than welcome to do so. And do not forget, right? If you're not sure about this game, there is a beta coming out this weekend. Now, unfortunately, I don't think you can sign up to it anymore. However, if you did sign up, they will be handing out codes within the next day, 2 days. I think that's how it works. I think it's the next few days.
Yeah.
I've got the community manager in my ear. He's telling me this as I'm talking to you. So, but yes, all you got to do is be patient. Do not cry like some of you did in the first one. I know who cried. Do not worry about that. But we're going to have there's going to be much more spaces than there was before. So people are going to be access the closed beta, and people are going to be able to witness what the people did in the first beta back in October. From December 16th to December 19th. Again, if you need a doctor's note, I can give you a doctor's note. I'm not a doctor, but I can write something down. Give you an excuse. But yes, it's going to be on all platforms. So Steam, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and S, and of course Steam. I lied. It's not on all platforms. It's not on PlayStation 4. Sorry. If you're not on if you're on the previous gen, you cannot partake in this. You can go on a Discord stream though, or you can hit twitch.tv. So you can find a way to watch it, but you can't partake in it. You can create your own avatar and do whatnot. Mustopheles, were you in the last beta?
So it was actually kind of a weird situation. I did not make it in, but I was actually in Puerto Rico for First Attack that weekend.
Where Crimson won, yes.
But like the thing was, since it was like at essentially a convention, they had setups there. But in my head, I was like, I'd play like 2 matches and then have to give up a spot to somebody else, play 2 matches, So I was like, I'll just wait till the next beta, and sure enough, there is another one. I did want to mention, though, that something they talked about, if you were not lucky enough to get into the first beta, they did specifically mention that they were going to make an effort to have more open slots than before. So hopefully, again, fingers crossed, guys, you can get in, but feel a little more optimistic, I think. Hopefully, they're going to try and get more people in.
100%. And again, this is happening this weekend. We're going to advertise it again near the end of the show there as well. Now, speak of the devil, because we have to, before the end of the show, I have to talk to our lovely guests. They are in the waiting room, and I want to make sure that we have a discussion with these guys, because I want to know more about them and why this man has picked him. I want to know about this said down player here. So, if we do have Ultimate Weapon and Finesse here, if they can unmute their mic so we can get talking to them and get this interview phase underway, because I'd love to know more about these guys and learn more about their character choices as well. So let me find out, have we got Ultimate Weapon and X Finesse? Can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, there's Ultimate Weapon, and then X Finesse, are you there?
Yeah, do you hear me?
There you go, perfect. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us on the show today. It's good to have you here. It's good to watch you guys, just knock each other out in the first to 10 in a few moments' time. But yeah, in this first part of the show, this is where we basically ask you questions and I get to know more about yourselves, because Mr. Mustopheles knows a whole lot more about you guys than I do. So this is my chance to learn more about you guys and understand why you play certain characters, or said characters, I should say. So, the first thing I want to ask is about your names. So, Ultimate Weapon, talk to me. Where does the name Ultimate Weapon come from?
Well, originally I wanted Ultimate Weapon from Final Fantasy.
Okay, yeah, okay, all right.
But I guess somebody else had that name, but they didn't have Ultimate Weapon, so I just chose Ultimate Weapon.
Okay.
Nah, you know what?
I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, so
I like that. I like that indeed. Okay, right. I'm gonna ask a very controversial question before you finish that. Yeah, what's your favorite Final Fantasy?
Oof.
Oh yeah, oof. Yeah. Oof.
I mean, seven for me, but if I had
he's thinking about it.
A hard second is Tactics. I love Final Fantasy Tactics.
Okay. No, okay. Listen, say that with your chest. Stand by that point. But stand by that point. But yeah, sorry. What did you want to say before I interrupt you? I'm so sorry.
I don't even remember anymore.
Oh, no, okay, no, that's completely fine. But no, do you know what? I like that because I wouldn't expect Ultimate Weapon to come from that. That seems like something else. Obviously, we were talking before with the show actually started. I was looking at Ultimate Weapon on YouTube and someone called him Ultimate VPN. Has anyone called you that by accident, Ultimate VPN, or was that the first time you heard it today?
I've heard it every once in a while. But it really doesn't bother me. I don't really care.
No, okay, fair play. I'm all down for that. X-Finesse, what about your name? Where does that come from?
I made this name in on the PS2 days back when I was playing SOCOM.
Oh,
so that was like
throwback.
About 16, 17 years ago. I've been stuck with it since.
You've been stuck with it, or you wanted to keep this name?
No, I'm stuck with it. I'm not gonna change it.
Okay, I mean, because I look at that name, it's like, yeah, he's about to finesse some people. Like,
right.
That doesn't look like something you'd make all those years ago. But I think we had, Ultra David. He's had his name since AOL started. We've had what was his name? The Vega player Kendricks. He's had his name for. You've had your name longer than Ending Walker's been alive. That's right, yeah. Right, there you go. Yeah. Let that sink in. You had your name longer than Ending Walker's been alive. So, sometimes with these names, it's like, I personally, I like that you stuck with it because that's something, okay, it might have a different meaning to now than it did back then, but I like how you stuck with it so long because some people I know, they've changed their name 4 or 5 times, but I'll always remember them as their very first name. That's when I met them. Do you know what I mean? So, it can legit be one of those things. Now, I've got to move on to X-Finesse. I've been hearing stories that you are one of the biggest down players known to man.
Legendary. First ballot Hall of Fame.
This is it. Word on the street is the 411, whatever you want to call it. All I hear is that you're a down player when it comes to said characters in Street Fighter 5. Is there a reason for this, or do you think people are not seeing what you see when it comes to talking about Ed?
I never downplayed the character. I'm only saying if the flicker is punishable, they say it's not punishable, so that's it. That's pretty good.
The flicker.
Wait.
The flicker's punishable on block, or it's with punishable?
No, with.
Okay. Ultimate Weapon, you wanted to say something. You didn't sound too pleased there.
Yeah, he was ready.
No. He corrected himself. You know.
He was not gonna let it slide.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. Did you want to say something, Finesse?
No, I was gonna say the character's fine. I got him right outside of like 10.
Okay, you're gonna have to convince me. It takes a lot to convince me. What do you think is fine about Ed?
What is fine? I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. He's just a good character. That's it.
Wait, hold on. You said he's fine, and you don't know why he's fine.
Nope.
Putting him on the spot.
He knows the setup. That's why he don't want to say anything. He knows you're trying to set him up.
I'm asking a question. I'm not doing anything.
And he struggles against characters that have long nose, and there's a lot of characters like that.
Okay, let me ask you this, because Ending Walker says Falk is Ed's worst matchup. Do you agree with that, or do you think it's somebody else?
Oh yeah, that's terrible. That's bad.
All right, in your opinion, why do you think it's terrible?
You can't get in. You can't get in. You can't jump. You can't do nothing.
You can't flicker back now?
Nope. She just stuffs you with her crouching medium punch.
I said this to Ending Walker last week. I think the irony behind a simple input character beating the other one is actually kind of funny.
Yeah, right.
I think it's kind of funny, to be fair, the fact that he's struggling against one of those. But overall, you are saying Ed is fine. Is there, outside of Falk, what other matchups do you personally struggle with? Because there's matchups he struggles with, but who do you struggle with personally?
I would say Sagat.
Okay.
Vega's one.
Oh.
Sim is pretty bad. It's like 6'4". And then you got Poison. Poison's like 5.5 poison. I mean, it's doable, but if she plays lame and keeps you out, it's a struggle.
Oh, okay. You've basically said the same things Ending Walker did last week. I wanted to see if there was something different, but you know, I was very interested when Ending Walker mentioned Sagat. That was one I was not expecting. Vega, yes, I can partially see that, but Falk was the one where they said that you couldn't really beat that. Beat that character, sorry. But I mean, have you played Arturo in the Ed Falk matchup? Or are you always bumping into his Dalsim more than his Falk these days?
Yeah, I always run into the sim. I've never played as Falk.
Wow. Okay, fair. But obviously, just by playing the character, because I imagine you've got over like 50, 60,000 matches. You're like you're Warlord, correct? Warlord, right?
Yeah.
So
I think I got like 25,000.
Jeez.
that's even better. But again, you've been around the block to know which characters cause you problems and which don't. So the fact that there's a consensus, especially with Falk and Sagat, is very interesting to me. So I'm definitely gonna make note of that. Right, I've got to ask one question to Ultimate Weapon before I hand it over to you, Mistopheles, for some questions. Ultimate Weapon, you are representing a character that has kind of been slept on for a little while. What made you stick with Balrog? Is this someone you've been playing since he came out in Season 1, or is this a character you picked up recently?
When I played Street Fighter 5, I only played Balrog. I've tried Lucia, Akira, but I play them like casually, but nothing like serious. But it's always been Balrog ever since Street Fighter 4.
Okay. Oh, so you Street Fighter 5 isn't your first fighting game. You've been playing from SF4.
No, casually. I've been playing Street Fighter 4. I played Balrog and Abel.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Abel makes more sense with a name like yours, to be honest. Abel makes a little bit more sense to me with a name like yours. If I saw your name in the bracket and saw Abel, I said, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Ultimate Weapon doing step kick. That'd be fantastic. But
Oh yeah, it was fun.
What made you want to take up competing seriously then? Because I've seen your name a fair bit, and a lot of these East Coast players, they've been mentioning your name, especially in the, I don't know if you remember the discussion when Rob had with IDOM, I think Zaffarino was at the podcast they did, and they mentioned a bunch of East Coast players. Your name was bigged up by two of the players a lot, and I think that was probably the second time I heard you. So what made you want to be more competitive in fighting games?
I just wanted to see like where I can go. Like this is the quote unquote final year of Street Fighter 5, and I told myself like late March, early April, like just try to go all out these last couple of months and see what happens. Wow. So that's what I did.
How about that? You know, a little bit self-motivation there. You're being your own cheerleader. Trust me, if you're not your own cheerleader, no one else is going to be it. I can assure you of that. But no, that's actually a really good story there.
But even before this year, I played, but I never played like super sweaty. I always played like casually. Like a lot of my friends in real life, they play this game, and I only played it because they played it, you know. So
sorry to cut you off there. This is just an impromptu question off the top of my head. How do you play casually if you know what you're doing? Because for me,
well,
like,
okay. When I say I play casually, I used to play Halo, very competitive.
Shouts to Halo.
Like before this year, like that was my like game that I played all the time, and Street Fighter was just like I play like once a week. Oh, there's a local tournament coming up. Okay, I'll just
okay, I see what you mean.
go because my friends are going and just playing it. That's what I mean.
Okay. No, do you know what? It's fine because some people say I used to play casually. And it's like, yeah, but Ultimate Weapon, you look like you know what you're doing. It's like that doesn't look casual to me. But
yeah, I mean, I know like what's going on. Like even before I started like going 100%, but
no,
I just never really put in the time until this year.
Fair play. Mistopheles, you got any questions you want to ask the guys?
Well, I'd have to admit, Jammers, you took a lot of the ones that I had in mind, but I can think of some. You're pretty good at your job. Xfiness, I have to ask, how do you, like, we've talked about, like, I kind of set you up, but we've talked about the downplay of Ed, and really, truth be told, like, the one thing you are always ready to defend is, like, Flicker being, like, punishable, right? Although it might seem otherwise, and there are obviously players rather that would argue that you're not being entirely honest. Like if you had to choose between the EX Knuckle extension that they gave it,
good choice,
or having a more further extended hurt box, which would you pick? Like for making that move more manageable in neutral, which do you think is more fair and wouldn't completely butcher the move?
I mean, I guess you could add a hurt box to it. I don't want to get rid of the knuckle.
Of course you don't. That's too much power for you, lot. Of course you don't. You lot didn't ask for it. You're like, oh yeah, this is great. That was just one of those changes.
Okay,
that was literally just one of those changes where it's like, you know what, didn't ask for it, but it's damn pretty good.
I played Shine yesterday in a long sets, and he punished every single whiff flicker. So I don't want to hear it.
Wait, all right. What did he punish
fair,
it? What did he punish it with? Sorry, what did he punish it with?
A Cody stand medium punch.
And he cancelled it. Yeah, he cancelled it.
Yeah, he cancelled it right into bingo.
Okay. No, do you know what? Sometimes I feel like you make a point, but it's one person who's he's in the upper echelon of some of the best players in the world,
Listen,
as opposed
if
to.
he can do it all the time, that means everybody can do it.
Okay, I cannot. First of all, I cannot knock that philosophy because if one person can punish it, surely everybody else can do something.
Yeah.
Surely, I get that, but I definitely feel you see this move a lot differently to the rest of the world.
So the other question I had was among like the 3 top eds in the world, being yourself, Ending Walker, and Ajax. I think we'll take Ending Walker out of the equation. I think he's kind of like without a doubt the best ed player. I think he's proven that at this point. And I don't even think you or Ajax would disagree. Would you say there is like? Is there one of those players that you adopt more of their playstyle of? Like, do you think they're strong enough that you like focus more of your gameplay around them?
Nah.
You're your own player.
Yeah, I've been playing Ed since season 2.
Okay.
Oh, well, okay, so you've been around. Like, yeah, you've been around when Ed's combos didn't work.
Yeah, when they didn't work. Yeah.
No wonder he's downplaying at this point. He's like, you guys don't even know what it used to be like.
Listen, he used to do, for those of you who don't know, right, in season 2, because, so Ed, what combo was it? He used to do stand medium punch, crouch medium, and I think 8 times out of 10, the cycle upper would, like, miss.
Yeah.
It would just miss. And it was like, wow. I said, my guy can't even do a straight B&B. That's how bad it was. That's crazy.
Take me back. Take me back to those days, please.
All right, do you know what, Express? Let me ask you this, right? If you could choose between EX Psycho Knuckle or the V-Trigger 2 Guard Break, which one would you pick?
I'd pick the Psycho Knuckle.
Damn, everyone wants the Psycho Knuckle. Okay, fair. Because I'm like, one of them
you
too good. Oh, God.
You can sort of still like V-reversal the V-Trigger too. Just gotta do it before it hits you. Like you can see him doing it, and there's V-reversal right there.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, like, again, you'll present the answers. Don't get me wrong. The part you're not doing wrong is presenting the answers. The answers are there. It's how often are people ready for them, not thinking about the other things you're piling on them. Because,
mental stack.
Yeah, listen, I spoke to Ending Walker about this as well, and it's like, yeah, there's a ton of things that you got to pay attention to. All right, there are some characters who have a much easier time dealing with Ed than others, but then most of the characters, I think Ed's got a pretty damn good tool set to kind of pretty much most things in the game now, if I'm not mistaken. So when I don't know, I can't help but chuckle when you say everything's fine, and it's like, no, it isn't.
I'm saying he's a solid character. He's solid.
That's good. No, I like that. Solid is a nice choice of words. Ultimate Weapon, going back to you, I remember you tweeted, I think it was not too long ago, you said that V-Trigger 2 with Barrel at high level doesn't quite cut it for you. You seem to be missing out on damage, or it's too much of a risk. Is V-Trigger 1 just more suited for this final season of Street Fighter 5, or do you still think V-Trigger 2 is useful against certain players?
I feel like V-Trigger 2 is useful in, like, maybe, I don't even know, like 1 or 2 matchups, but I play it because it's fun. I love, like, that extra layer of offense. But recently I've been thinking, like, at high level, it's like, it's it's too risky.
Sure. Because
Balrog doesn't have, like, good defense. He doesn't have a DP. I don't know. V-Trigger 1 is so strong, still strong. And it does a lot of things. It can push me out the corner. It can create mix-ups, safe dash punches, you know? And I don't know. I just feel like just thinking about it and playing a lot against high-level players, it's just not worth it to me.
No, and you know what? That's great
Yeah.
because again, the more you play, the more realizations you have, and again, I will never knock that V trigger because it does 350 stun. You can land 700 stun in about 5 seconds. That is a good V trigger to me. However, like you said, it does come with some risks, and because the guy can't really defend himself, and he's already going to be in V trigger when that command grab misses. I can understand why you wouldn't want to rely on that too often, and it from what it sounds like. There's more solidity and consistency with V-Trigger 1, especially against the competition, especially you guys are going up against. It seems more reliable in that sense. It's like, right, I can still have this utility in neutral while also, still having that high damage output. It doesn't necessarily need to be the command grab. I can still inflict 350 damage just a different way, if that makes sense.
Right, exactly. And it does give them like more V reversals too. If you pick V trigger once,
Yeah,
that's true.
So.
That is true. Another question I want to ask before I hand one over to Mistopheles is: do barrel players use V skill too much anymore? I think that was like all of a sudden that was the greatest thing on earth, and then it just disappeared. What happened to it?
I don't know what somebody did to somebody at Capcom, but they erased that thing, man. I don't know why.
Gara showed it was broken.
I mean, it was good, but man, they completely decimated that thing. I feel like only thing they should have done was give it more recovery because it was so free to store it.
I would actually agree. I think that would have been like a reasonable nerf to still keep it viable.
Well, I mean, to me, when I see if something's not being used, it's viable to me. That's great. If Barrel's not using that V skill, it means I can play the game. No, I was just wondering because again, all of a sudden, it went from one of the best V skills in the game to just being null and void. You just don't see it anymore.
Yeah, they reduced or they increased the recovery, made it -2 on block, and I have to charge now.
Well, I mean,
I actually didn't know that they changed that part about it. That you have to charge. That's crazy.
Unless you make contact with the normal, you can cancel right into it.
You have to charge it now because that was way too free when he
like even if
for sure,
even if they like gave it more recovery and made it without charge, like just let me get the plus frames. If I'm going to charge and store it and I get it off, give me the plus frames. Like I'll take that.
Okay, that's reasonable. Okay, so let me ask you this then: do you feel Balrog's V system is limited to what it once was? Because from what you said, it's like V trigger 2 isn't cutting it. V skill 2 just I don't feel I can use this in a lot of these matchups. Do you feel limited into just using V trigger 1, V skill 1 these days?
Yeah. I feel like they wanted the character to like be played as like a risky character, which is, understandable, but that's not like my play style, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, okay.
Like I'm a very safe, defensive style in my opinion. But I don't know.
Come play Poison with me. She's fine. You can do that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, anybody and everybody can play Poison.
Oh, that's brilliant. All right, Mustafa, you got time for one question before?
Yeah, so my question is actually harkening back to what you mentioned about you used to be a very competitive Halo player. I don't know if you still keep up with the game. Probably not as much considering how fully invested you are in Street Fighter, and for right reason. You're one of the best players in the country, probably top 5 Balrog player in the world. But my question actually is, transitioning from being so competitive and taking that game very seriously over to fighting games, did you find that there was a particular skill set that you took from playing Halo at that level that made it easier to get to that level in Street Fighter V or fighting games in general?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm just a gamer.
Okay.
I'm just competitive. Like whatever I play, I just try.
You want to
get better at it. I know. Yeah. You just gotta know, and you're like you just gotta have that mindset of you will lose games. Like you will get destroyed. You just gotta keep practicing and grind.
So the determination, maybe that's what it was. Yeah. Okay. I honestly, as somebody who's also like hyper competitive, I can really respect that. Like, the type of person that's like, you play a first to 10 with somebody and they're like, all right, man, I gotta go. And like, no, one more, dude, one more. We're not done. One more. I get it.
Yeah,
that's a great mindset to have. Just letting people like, look, you will lose. It will take a while to transition, and just getting in that right mindset, just understanding, having that intuition for competitive gameplay. That's a pretty good advice there. I like that. Right, we've got time for one more question before we have to go to break. I love asking this question. I'll get X Finesse's opinion on it first because he seems to be ready to surprise me. X Finesse, who do you think is the best character in Street Fighter 5 is right now?
Luke.
Wow, he did. Okay, cool. I like that.
No hesitation.
I like that. No hesitation. You said Luke. That's great. All right. Ultimate Weapon, are you going to surprise me? Who do you think the best character is in Street Fighter 5 is right now?
Unfortunately, is Luke.
No,
unfortunately.
No, don't say unfortunately. Listen, I'll tell.
No surprises here.
I'll give you guys something to think about when we're on the break, right? I like asking this question because I've heard Chun-Li, I've heard Zeku. Obviously, it mixes between Luke.
Zeku.
Yeah, there you go. Wait till you hear this one, right? We've heard, obviously, it mixes between Luke, Dhalsim, and Poison. And once upon a time, somebody told me G was the best character in the game. See, he laughed.
Yeah,
See,
I don't know what to say about that. No comment.
Well, there you go. No comment indeed. But what I can comment on is that we are going to take a short break. And when we come back, I'm going to get X Finesse and Ultimate Weapon in the lobby. And we're going to get this first to 10 underway. See you guys in a couple of minutes.
勝負よ。
負けても泣くなよ。ショータイム。
お相手します。逃がさねえよ。
手加減は期待しないでくれ。
So I've been thinking about strength, man. Strength, might, the power to fight. Is it money, authority, a cool job, a ton of likes? Okay. Let's keep it simple. I want to be strong. Can you believe it? We got self-driving cars. The time's coming, we'll be taking rockets to Mars. And yet you still got folks out there using their fists and bodies to seek strength. Yeah, I hear you, man. We're all a bunch of fools. But, you know, if you want to know about strength, you just gotta get to it. We fighting fools are all getting to it on the streets.
of sets featuring Ultimate Weapon and X-Finesse. If you are just joining us, well, you're just in time for the good old stuff. Myself and Mr. Mistopheles will be commentating the first of 10 momentarily as soon as I hit the back of the queue. Mistopheles, once again, thank you for getting this set together. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah. Oh, I could not be more excited. Like I said, I have the privilege, I guess you'd call it, of running into these guys on CFN all the time, getting my butt beat, but watching them duke it out in a long set, I think will be a real treat for everybody involved.
Yeah, indeed. Obviously, if you are familiar with these two players, this is probably just another day at the office for you. For someone who rarely gets to watch these guys, only mainly through competitive play, and it's really scouring the four corners of CFN, this will be a treat to watch. Ultimate Weapon got up against X-Finesse. Let's see if Whiff Punishing Flicker is not as bad as X-Finesse. It's not as bad as X-Finesse makes it out to be. You know, he says it's fine. And these guys are going in. This is a law match as well, by the way. This is a law match.
Yeah, that was something I thought was kind of interesting too. And when setting this match up, trying to find two players wasn't even something I'd really considered, but it does make it a little more interesting that, the mentor and protector would be the one to try and beat down the young protege, right?
Yeah. Now, we did see this matchup in very first round of the World Warrior Finals for the UK. MD Walker going against Mopolapo. Mopolapo came with the strategy. The scoreline ended up being 3-2 for Ending Walker because he's just that guy.
Yeah, he's built different.
Now, I do want to see the American take, the American perspective on this matchup. And interesting, already spotted something. I've got to ask X-Finesse. Puts out the Psycho Cannon, a good check there from Ultimate Weapon.
All right, there's the forward throw from Ultimate Weapon. Yeah, that throw had to do it. So he had to tech there, and now he has to hold that. Finds the right time, but misses. Oh no, he's not quite dead. This could spell disaster. He's got a lot of meter on his side.
Oh yeah, he's in the corner as well. Could be. Oh no. Okay, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead anyways.
Yeah, I thought. Well, I'm just used to seeing Ending Walker just punish anything and everything.
Sure, but right.
X-Finesse had the right idea, had the V shifts, couldn't get the stampeding punch in time. So check there.
All right, big offense starting off for Ultimate Weapon. He's holding this corner position really well, and that's what you have to do as Balrog. And now he does have to be careful not to overextend too much. Ed does have that elusive V reversal to put him to the other side, but I don't expect this low on life exactly. X-Finesse wasn't going to use that.
Okay, there you go. The Psycho Cannon was made null and void, but the flicker into the knuckle keeps him there. And another check. Ultimate Weapon has made that stand light kick look like a reversal. I'm telling you that much.
Oh no, the inconsistencies! It's still there even after they have tried to buff it. I really like Ultimate Weapon's approach. He's got such a big life lead here. He's just willing to throw out these lights, nothing super committal, so that he's not giving X-Finesse anything to take to the bank and make this comeback.
Yeah, speaking of, solid performance there from Ultimate Weapon for that round. I've got to say, in this first game already, he's actually made very damn good use of Balrog's lights.
Yeah, relatively low reach, right? But he's willing to play in that space against Ed, which is honestly scary. Ed's pressure, when you're in his face, you're right next to him, it's very, very deadly. I've heard Ending Walker say some of the best in the game.
Oh, kind of hit stand medium kick too far to get proper conversion there. Hasn't got V-Trigger ready. He's going to be building up the meter he needs. Good check into the Psycho Upper.
All right, push past the midpoint in the screen, but a big conversion there off of the counter hit for Ultimate Weapon. And now he's got corner control again, trying to keep X-Finesse, excuse me, X-Finesse locked down and able to get out of there with
as well. I was going to call it
right? Oh, man.
He needs to space a little bit to get the V-Trigger 1 up on deck here because Ultimate Weapon doesn't have any meters, so you actually can't stop it on startup. I think there is a range where if you do see it, he can dash straight and we actually stop it. Jumps away.
Oh, okay. Oh, and he's not going to land, but he is going to have to deal with this, and he's still in the corner. A lot of gray damage built up, and now the life lead is basically even. Actually in X-Finesse's advantage now.
There, that's straight. He could have activated and won the game. He could have activated and won the game, but he's going to have another chance. And that's another check with the lights. He's been paying dividends, and game one goes to Ultimate Weapon. Good opening first game so far.
Yeah, very back and forth.
You've been doing this for a little while, and I'll give you some advice for when you continue to do this. A lot of players you watch, the first game will probably tell you 80% of how things are gonna go.
Yep. Yeah, I expect we're gonna see a lot of kind of yo-yoing back and forth. You know, this very pendulous action where one of them is going to adapt, the other one is going to figure that out and understand how they need to change things up so they're not going to get blown up for that. And that's what you see at this kind of level. This is the tip top of American Street Fighter. You know, some of the very best we have to offer. It's not going to be a bunch of random stuff. These players are incredibly calculated, very cold killers. They're going to make every hit count.
Oh, speaking of the devil, he got the roundhouse, but he's too far to get proper conversion there. Ultimate Weapon. And he goes for a dash low anyway. I don't mind him throwing those out just to check X-Finess's movements every so often. I can agree with that. I think what X-Finesse might have to do is he might have to do jab checks from half screen, maybe have to whiff a flicker to see what happens.
Sure. Yeah, you know, I was gonna make a joke. We have to have somebody in the chat like keep a tally of how many whiff punishes there are against Flicker, right? Just to see if that logistics actually add up.
Well, wake up, we need to check there as well. He's got bar to work with here, Ultimate Weapon.
Yep, you hit it. Yep, that EX Psycho Knuckle able to get better corner carry, better damage, but there is the activation from Ultimate Weapon. Now, what's the reset gonna be? He's able to just block it out and gets hit with the EX Upper.
Tried to shimmy him and didn't bite. Let's see if he gets him in the dash straight. Yeah, he's got no more V-trigger left. However, these both are in a position to win the game, and I think he tried to V-break that.
If he gets clipped with even one flicker, it is over, and it all started with the down jab into the flicker. Didn't even have to spend meter. That's a great round win for X-Finesse.
All right, here we go. Ooh, throw that sand hard punch with malicious intent there.
Oh, man, right to the face with that dash straight.
Yeah, it's interesting because Ultimate Weapon seems to be making up a lot of ground in a short space of time, really asserting his dominance in the neutral. But X-Finesse, I feel by the way he's defending, this is fantastic to see. He doesn't seem completely phased by it.
Alright, holding his corner position here. Back to the wall is X-Finesse. Ultimate Weapon is pretty confident here. I really like that V-reversal. Look at all the great damage built up and just gone away like that. That did an SPD's worth of damage. He might be able to kill here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Not quite.
And he just runs away. Could have done a wake-up button there, but he chose not to. And there's a Psycho Cannon. He'll take it. And because that V-reversal is actually probably one of the better ones against that V-trigger because Balrog moves forward or basically lunges forward for a V-reversal. So...
yeah, I think in this matchup it's going to be exceptionally strong, you know, for him having that option. And he did talk about earlier, right? Using V-Trigger when you get more access to V-Reversals. So if you need it, you can bust it out.
That's exactly what he's talking about in the pre-match interview there. Try to get the check. Gets the crush counter anyway.
All right, push himself out of the corner. We're near the midpoint in the screen, but another crush counter right back at you. X-Finesse gets the forward throw here, and now he's got the corner position. Oh, and the side switch. I love it.
And he's got him boxed in the corner here. One more throw will take him out, and he goes for the low instead, and we're going to see one apiece. And this is it. This is what Mr. Misopheles was discussing before. It is going to be a back and forth between these guys. Locking each other in the corner is going to be a huge deal. Obviously, it's more prevalent with one character over the other because of how the tool sets function. But either way, it's going to be a big deal. So maybe if Ultimate Weapon can kind of keep things mid-screen and push Ed to the corner, I think for the most part, his matches, you can see him winning those kind of matches. So.
Sure. Yeah, I would think so. And it's interesting too, we aren't really seeing X-Finesse utilize the sparks at all. He's willing to just play in that like mid-range where he can utilize his crouching medium punch, his stand heavy kick, crouching medium kick, but already stunned. Ultimate Weapon coming in here with just a chip on his shoulder, trying to close this out quickly.
He spent the bar. Okay, that's going to be an activation. There's going to be a bit of scaling on this combo. Let's see if he gets the mix-up. Alright, that's going to be big damage here, and the cannon is still there. Nice.
Oh, the delay, he didn't bite.
What a comeback.
He's going to make the comeback.
I think
he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. If he does this right, he should be dead.
Oh, maybe not. That's a lot of scaling.
Ooh. Damn.
The ending walker.
When he goes for the fuzzy there, I actually thought that combo, because he has a high damage output, that the Psycho Upper would have ended the combo there. Lost it. Didn't have to, so he had to go for a mix-up instead, which no one was going to block that anyway, so.
Right. Oh, I love that counter poke there, just stuffing the startup of that charge heavy punch, able to get the buffer into the jab. Oh, he tried.
Wait,
count it.
Well,
he tried.
Well, I mean, somebody did say it's easy. He said Shine got him with stand medium punch with Kobe
every time.
So.
Yep.
No.
All right, X-Finesse racking up a lot of damage here with his corner pressure. EX just to get out of the corner, try and get some space back.
Goes low. He's going to take him straight to the corner. Are we going to go two throws, or is he going to take an upper? No, he's just
mistimes
gonna wait.
his meaty. Oh, another stuff. And yes, finally the delayed EX Psycho Upper. When's the activation gonna come? There it is.
Back throw, he has the block. He has the block, yeah. Damn, that crossed him up.
Yeah, that was cheap.
That's it,
oh
that's
no!
it, that's the game!
He's dead.
Oh, that's
You don't
the
see that
game.
very often.
Ay, ay, ay. Come on, my guy. Someone tries to
This
check
character's
something.
solid. He's okay.
Well, listen, someone tries to check something, anything it does, and he gets like plus 30 frame advantage.
Yeah.
He can dash, jump, hop, skip, and a jump and still get a full combo from his mediums. It's like, yeah, great.
And you know what? Imagine, even if that was charge stand heavy punch, the same thing is happening. If he trades, he's getting crumpled, you're getting a dash up combo. He's got two options like that. Such a strong tool for that character.
Well, it's 2-1 to X Finesse at the moment. Ultimate Weapon again, still staying in this dogfight. Nothing really separating the two by a huge margin.
Sure, yeah.
But again, Ultimate Weapon seems to have a very good grasp of what he wants to do. He doesn't look like bewildered by a lot of things. There you go, nice check.
Yeah, I would agree. He's not jumping much. He's not overextending very often. And he touched on that, right? He said that he's a really, calculated, composed player. He doesn't like to play risky, you know. And we're seeing that a lot in this matchup. But he is having a hard time dealing with that flicker.
All right, going to chase him down here. He's going to go for the Psycho Splash all the way to the corner. And he's probably going to, he tried to frame trap him. He still has to block the cannon.
Okay, there's a throw. That stun is racking up, and it's gonna find its mark. Gonna be able to get the back. Oh, he actually just goes for that, but nevertheless, convincing round, and he's potentially gonna go up 3-1 here early on in the set.
This is interesting because he was fine dealing with the cannon the first two games, and the next two, nice shimmy. Nice shimmy there. Can he throw him a couple of times, though? That's what he needs. He hasn't been throwing him enough, I feel, Ultimate Weapon.
I will say from experience, anecdotally, when I fight Ultimate Weapon, or I'm sorry, X Finesse a lot, I do get away with a lot of throws. So maybe that is something he needs to look into. Just pay a little more attention to his defensive habits and take what you can get, right?
Hey, listen, some people take the mindset or just the mind games of strike throw to pretty much an old school degree. It's I shouldn't really be throwing you. Unless I know the throw is guaranteed, I shouldn't really be relying on it. That's kind of what I see with Ultimate Weapon, and he almost got it, but Flicker's amazing hitbox.
He tried. He made the right read, and it still got blown up.
Oh, he's going to activate here. Yeah, he needs to reduce the stun. That's what he needs to do. And he goes for a basic frame track and can take him to the corner. Are we going to see a V break, however, or a V reversal? No, he's going to hold it.
Yeah, I think he really wants to wait. Yep, there's going to be an activation here any second. There it is, off the crouch medium punch. And now he has to hold all this pressure, and he's dead. Okay. What do you do?
3-1. He was he was pretty much defenseless at that point there. That was unfortunate. I think if he's going to throw him, one thing I would suggest is he might want to try forward throw, then dash up and do nothing. Because if he does cycle up, which he did get checked there, the lights will recover in time.
Of course.
Recover in time. And then obviously, if he does press the button, he's safe from punishment.
Yeah.
There's a mind game he can create with the throw there. He just has to feel comfortable throwing him in that position. But I feel he probably feels, well, I've done half the work or all the work there. I don't really need to overextend, I feel, sort of thing.
Right. Just out of range. I wonder if maybe he can start trying to use dash punch as a method. Because, on one hand, you get lucky and with punish flicker. On the other, they block it from probably a range where you're not going to get punished. But he's tried on 2 or 3 separate occasions now to whiff punish flicker, and it's just not there. Balrog doesn't have the range.
Alright, there we go, trying to shimmy him again. Okay, he's going to that well one too many times. This is where strike throw, you really got to mix it up here. And he tried to, but the Psycho Upper gets there in time. What's the mix-up going to be this time? He's just
he takes the throw.
He's just eating him.
And I love that, dashing into it to make him keep dealing with that pressure. And he still gets a free jump in, coast to coast. Not quite landing its mark there, and there the jab ends it.
Yeah, this is looking rough because the moment that giant orb comes out, he is just so perplexed and he's just sitting there and he feels taking the throws is the best option.
Sure, yeah. Trying to go for a crush counter there, no such luck, laying a button, but now we're at the midpoint in the screen. It didn't convert off of that down medium punch combo. There's the oh man, he's getting caught with that a lot.
Right, pressure being applied, just firming it, but he trusts the button at the wrong time there, so he finds himself in the corner and he might have to dash away. Yeah, dash straight his way out.
Oh man, and that V-shift was very costly. That means he's not going to build V-trigger until very late in the round.
This is not looking good, Mustopheles.
Oh, he actually gets himself out of the corner, but is it going to be enough? He has V-Trigger. Okay, there's the activation off the sweep. Now, how can he make this count, Jammers?
He just has to wait. That's it. Oh, okay, he's going to dash in and get that throw. He's going to wait until he builds a bar. Keep that string tight. Right, can he catch the cannon? I wonder. Oh, that was it!
Oh, no, yeah, that could have been buffered to make it safe at least. Okay, he stole it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've seen brothers be more successful at the bank, but
Sure.
that was all right. He had him in the corner.
Yeah.
It wasn't like very explosive, but he got the round. He got the round. All right, nice punish.
Yeah, ending it there with the V-skill target combo. Oh, another EX, build more V-gauge, and now he's in this pretty advantageous spot. He's got him down nearly 50% in life, but the charge heavy punch lets him get out of dodge.
Oh, good check. That's what I was saying about before. He might need to throw out these buttons and just buffer the flicker behind him just to stop these arbitrary dash straights because they take up a little too much ground.
Sure, yeah. All right, there's a forward throw, and he does have V-trigger ready. Now, he's probably not going to use it unless it's on a guaranteed hit. You know, won't get much mileage out of it in the corner.
He's trying to run away. He's panicking now, but if he gets even an inkling of space, that cannon's coming out. Good back throw. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's it. Oh,
He's dead.
No! That was unfortunate. He had the right idea. It's just unfortunately, I'm not sure if he's familiar with that situation or he forgot. But
yeah,
that's kind of what I was thinking before. If maybe if he's a little bit closer, it's like when you see the cannon, dash straight immediately. But clearly, that not from that situation. That looks like it doesn't work. But he might have to be a little bit closer there. But at least he knows now that it doesn't work. So,
you know, I have to wonder, like, what kind of labbing Ultimate Weapon has done for this set. I'm sure he took this match coming up seriously, you know, being on sets featured in this long exhibition, but I have to wonder if he's done specific labbing against V-Trigger 1 because, like we've talked about, he hasn't had an answer time and time again.
Do you know what? Some characters, like, he's got projectile invincible answers, but it's for like single hits. It's not really It's not really for that. I think he's probably learning on the fly, or he's trying to take advantage of please throw me so I can tech, or let me jump out at this weird time so I can avoid it. Because Balrog doesn't really like do well against slow moving projectiles like that. I think.
Yeah,
that's me personally though.
No, I'm sure Balrog players would agree, and that's my take. Okay, able to get that V reversal there, using that forward advancing movement to get out of there, and that gave him a round. And I actually want to touch on this before we got too deep into it. Before either of us really knew it, it's 4-1 X-Finesse. It's kind of gotten away from Ultimate Weapon pretty quick.
Oh, listen, like X-Finesse has been like playing this matchup to a T. He's been playing it exceptionally well from Ed's perspective. I don't think there's more you could ask from him. It's just to keep this up and then really make Ultimate Weapon feel the pressure.
Sure. And look at how much damage he's gotten and stun. The stun is finally dissipating, but he's taken 60% life from Ultimate Weapon just with a couple flickers into the EX Psycho Knuckle.
Okay, there you go. Gets the whiff punish on the hard kick. He just needs to find one or two normals outside of flicker to just try and whiff punish. That's going to be a lot of damage here. That is going to be a lot.
This is guess for game. Look at this, taking him coast to coast, and it's still coming. He mashes for his life.
Right,
yeah.
If he really wants to get out of it, he can do Psycho Upper when he feels like it. Takes us through. He's going to do so. Oh no, he didn't stop blocking.
He's dying. Yeah, reeling back that hurt box, the tapped charge fear, or tapped stand fierce, able to seal the deal. X-Finesse close to going up 5-1.
If he was super hungry or super obnoxious, he could have done EX dash straight after the throw tech and just won the round. Like,
yeah, sure.
Almost guarantee that would have worked. All right, there's a Psycho Snatch.
He gets clipped.
See, he's trapped in the corner here. Not going to V-reversal just yet. Try to jump out.
Okay, he tries to jump as well, but he doesn't let him. He's actually still had the presence to do the stand medium punch. But this still isn't a bad spot because look, he's going to get V-Trigger soon. X-Finesse has V-Trigger locked and loaded, and if he finds the moment to activate, he is in control in a split second.
He needs to save that bar. He cannot splurge that bar on the X-Dash straight. He needs that.
I agree. Man, this is tense.
That's fine. Nice
oh no, I don't know about that V-reversal.
Oh, he's going to eat it. He's going to have to eat this. Block, and he's taking it. That's fine. Okay.
And look at how he took the... Oh, he actually got the side switch, but no conversion into EX dash straight that could have ended the round.
Mistopheles, that was it. And he's scared of the dash straight.
Oh, man, you got to close this out. You have to slow Finesse's momentum.
Dash.
Oh, okay.
Okay, listen, whether hook or by crook, he was able to get it and end that 4-win streak. Now it's 4-2. Again, it looking a little bit shaky. He has these moments, right? But it's either he hasn't got enough charge, or he just wasn't charging at all. Because he didn't get the counter hit, crouch, and medium punch. You got the jab, just no special comes out there.
Yeah.
And again, there will be times, and you got to give credit to Finesse for having discipline. There will be times where, you know, look, the Balrog player is just going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at you with dash straight, dash low. They're going to do it. They will do it. Right?
Yep.
And having that patience to be able to overcome that and still try and find the victory in that round. Nothing short of amazing.
Yeah, especially against somebody like Xfinesse. You know, it's not just random online Ed number 35. This is one of the very best in the world. So this is just Ultimate Weapon proving his mettle that he can hang with the very best that, you know, anybody can throw at him. He is that guy. He's got the dog in him.
And there we go, gets hit with the Psycho Knuckle, and he's going to be put in the corner. Full combo here. A couple of grabs will do it if he wants to.
God.
Okay.
Yeah, that stun is right. Oh, it flips out of there, able to interrupt the flicker, and now V-Trigger's active, but a very crucial throw tech from Xfinesse.
Okay, yeah. I like that he likes to do the jab, then test if he's delayed teching with the roundhouse there. Make it safe regardless. Makes it safe.
Right, and if he gets clipped by a flicker, he's dead. That AX Psycho Knuckle is just waiting to be activated.
But this is what gets interesting, right? Because if he knows jab flicker will kill him, a backdash into like a dash straight will be perfect here. It'd be so perfect if he just understood the range. That's it! That's it! Wow.
Yes, that is so much damage. My goodness.
Do you know what? Something that you rarely see that I feel is one of the strongest things Boxer actually has is a super cancelable standing hard punch.
I agree. And yeah, you don't see it that lot. I think really the only you don't really see it from Smug if he's using Balrog, but you do see it a lot from Pugera.
Oh, we tried to whip punish that Psycho Knuckle, but didn't quite work out there. And he's just trying to slowly push into the corner. And there's a whip punish. It was right in his face there. That worked out. That was put on the plate for you.
Oh man, but a whiff punish right back at you. No conversion though from Xfinesse. He does have V-Trigger active. When is it going to come? I like that V-Reversal. The throw will do so much, but so will that combo.
He's going to wait again. Yeah, he's going to wait for another V-Reversal opportunity and then go for guess for game. Yeah, here he comes. Yeah, there you go. And he just takes.
Smart.
His tick throw. This is it. I feel, again, maybe like Ultimate Weapon's very good at asserting dominance, and I like the way the solidity behind Xfinesse's gameplay. I feel for Ultimate Weapon to kind of steer this back into his favor. Is he needs 1 or 2 bars of V-Reversal, maybe 1 or 2 bars of EXP, and just push into the corner, and then when he feels Xfinesse tries to escape, it's just easy V-Reversal.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like is happening so far for me, which makes him win these games. I don't know about you.
No, I would agree. Honestly, the way that he, in these really clutch moments, has utilized his V-Reversals offensively reminds me a lot of, like, Punk and IDOM. You know, understanding that in certain situations, you don't need to rely on the V-Trigger to get your comeback. You know, if you're playing foundationally solid enough, and you get them low enough on life, you can use that in a situation where you get the advantage, and then suddenly it's a guess for game with a throw.
What a neutral jump here, and he's going to go for the full combo. Yeah, he will. Is that a reset? That was a dirty reset.
That was messed up.
What the hell was that? I have to ask him about that. What the hell was that ambiguity there? That was crazy.
Activation. Oh, the back throw. Tried to walk forward a little too much, steal too many frames.
That was all because of that filthy reset. What was that?
Yeah, and it didn't even do that much damage, but it really mixed things up and kind of threw him off his defensive game plan.
Oh yeah, mental damage. Yeah, mental damage. That's all. Because the moment you get your opponent saying, "What the hell was that?" he's like,
Exactly.
All right, just finding that space in there. Lovely whip punish with the sweep. Again, this character isn't really a whip punishing character, but he's got dash straight and he's got sweep for that. Good damage.
Yep. Okay, this is looking bleak for Xfinesse. Now, he does have V-Trigger ready, but I don't know. It's going to be tough to mix him up that many times. We've really seen Ultimate Weapon shore up his offense, and he's not overextending.
Ooh, there we go. Right, Ultimate Weapon's found his groove. He's going back to how he was playing in the first 2 games. Those light checks are coming back. They're being reintroduced. And just that kind of just forceful aggression and keeping him marshaled in the corner. That's coming back as well. Nice anti-air.
Yeah, he's been so on point with those anti-airs. There haven't been many jumps from either of these players, and at this level, you don't see it a lot, unless it's a certain character. But neither of these players is really committed to jump so much, so for them to still be so on point with their defense from the skies is just a testament to the level that they stay at.
I think Finesse is more jumping to really try and catch him on the off guard because he's trying to avoid dash straight and just trying to like sneak in a jump in, which is not working. Ultimate Weapon's jumping because he needs to get out.
Yes, right.
Therefore, his jumps are a bit more telegraphed. Nice dash low.
Back to the wall again, Xfiness. These last few rounds, he's really found himself with his back to the wall here, struggling to get out of the corner. There again, not able to react to that charge fierce.
Still trying to shimmy. Lovely with punish into the psycho upper here. Gets a throw. Can he get another one? Is he going to play it safe? Big damage coming through for Xfiness. Back throw should do it, but he doesn't even need it. He doesn't even
That was so smart. He's adapting to the way that he wants to rely on that V reversal. And he's understanding, you know, again, if you're in the corner as Ed, you actually don't get much mileage out of the V Trigger 1 because sure, you can use it as a combo tool, but utilizing it for mix-ups is where it really shines. And if they're in the corner, they can't get mixed up. They can just hold down back and block it, you know?
But I feel that the V reversals are coming out because it's trying to reduce stun, or it's just the fear.
Of course.
And that's happened like what, 3 times now? I feel that that situation with the V shift. So he needs to be more cognizant of that situation. Their ultimate weapon.
Yeah.
So he gets a bit more again because his defensive choices have actually been pretty good. Like I think he should have just a little bit more faith in his defense.
Sure, yeah. It's hard against Ed, man. That character makes it feel like you're just it's never your turn to press.
Oh, don't worry. I've been on the receiving end of that one too many times here in the EU.
All right. Both pretty even on life here, but that EX dash straight hitting Ed right in the face, knocking him down. Now the positional advantage was in Ultimate Weapon's favor, but now we're back to the mid screen.
Okay, just waiting it out here, and Flicker, yeah, sorry, I say Flicker. Xfiness knows he can't really press some buttons at that range because Sweet's been catching him. He could be charging the dash straight.
All right, there's the forward throw. And we are going to see, I wonder if he's going to use the opportunity to activate here, or, yep, there it is, off the stand medium kick.
Throw tech, yeah, this is what he did, right, yeah, this is exactly what he wanted. So when he throw techs, it gives him more of a chance to assess the situation and then try and react accordingly. Let's try to take a big risk there, but it didn't really work out. Reset, good block.
I really like that poke from Ultimate Weapon. Oh, and using the V reversal here, but man, he's still in a tough spot. Any hit will do it, and the EX dash straight, there it is.
Wait, okay. Ultimate Weapon being stubborn, and every so often, at that range, this is what's interesting about this matchup as well. Super close range, that CQC range, right? Where dash straight is at its best. That's when he needs to be throwing out that jab. That's exactly what he needs to be throwing out that jab with Ed.
Oh, man, look at the damage that Xfiness has done. Just one combo was able to do a cool 40%, carry him to the corner, but now he's got himself backed up against the wall there. And Ultimate Weapon just harassing with that stand medium punch, dash straight, just racking up the great damage. This next throw could do a grip.
Woo! Speak of the devil, good call from Mr. Mustopheles, but he's out of the corner, got that breathing room, but he decides to close the gap instead of activating that V-trigger. Is he going to get a chance? Look out, here it comes. There it is.
Okay, Oh, he even tried to wait. I really like the patience from Ultimate Weapon there just to assess the situation, and then he's able to close it out with the EX dash straight. You really hit the nail on the head, Jammers. His defensive choices have been pretty top-notch.
Yeah, I rarely see this dude, but we're going to ask him about this later. But from what I'm double-checking here, he is second on his leaderboard for the World Rory in the East Coast. There's a very good reason why that is. Yeah. I'm looking at this, and I am thoroughly impressed with what I've seen so far. And again, I think what's really cracking open the defensive is, of course, it is how Xfiness understands Balrog and Ed's offense. I think it's just one or two things he doesn't want to accept. V-Trigger 1 being one of them. He doesn't want to deal with it. I get it. People scramble.
Right.
And you want to get out of there as soon as. So...
Oh, he clips him. No counter hit, though. Not able to get a follow-up. But that down medium punch buffer into the low sweep is such a good option. Really getting him the most mileage, I think. And now carried to the corner. Xfiness back to the wall one more time. It's not over yet. Look at the stun.
So throw. Is he going to do a cycle up or is he going to wait? It looks like he's going to wait and get this space. Trying to go for a throw, but Ed's throw range isn't that great. I can tell you that much. Reversal.
Yeah, now he's out of there.
Is he going to break away? He's going to wait. No, he's still going to wait.
Oh, he lets him get away with it and just immediately backdashing. You know, with that kind of life lead, what's the risk? Go for it.
Right, he's out of the corner now. All you got to do is one light will do it. One light will take it. Oh, I didn't say what light it was, though. It was light dash straight. And that was a hard read from Ultimate Weapon. I feel Xfiness is on the back foot. He's on the ropes at the moment here.
Yeah, I think the momentum has really shifted, and I think that's obvious even to the viewers. You know, if we weren't here, if they were just watching, I think they could tell that something in the air is a bit different, and you can notice more confidence in the neutral, in the way that he's approaching. Ultimate Weapon feels like he's in a pretty good spot.
Oh, there we go. Nice anti as well. He's using Crouch Fierce. I like that. Not really using Psycho Splash. He's using Crouch Fierce, but big damage is coming through. I don't think that's the optimal one, though. Oh, he missed it.
Oh, just out of range, and it would have worked. It would have worked.
This is a good chance to activate Trigger if he gets it, because Ultimate Weapon has to take it.
Right. But is he going to find the spot? Is he going to find enough room? All right, there it is. Now, how can he make this count?
Nice escape. Yeah, chase him down with a sand medium kick, but we'll take 60 damage over that V-Trigger any day of the week.
Right.
Punish. Actually, no, that wasn't the punish. That was me, wasn't it? Yeah, you got the counter hit, but... Throw. Hang on a minute. He might have to bust out. He might have to wait and do Psycho Upper.
Oh, it hits him right in the face. My man was caught lacking. Maybe that hoodie was a little too far down over his eyes. He couldn't see it coming.
This is what I'm telling you. Dash straight is at its best when it's not cancelled into from a button.
I think
but
so.
It's just out of that range where it's just like I can still do it, and there won't be any real risk unless my opponent preemptively throws out something. Very similar to Ixonk, but it's faster.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah. Yeah, he's finding the right spot there to really make it count. And I think that's something that I think Balrog players, maybe not so much at the high level, but in like the intermediate level, they kind of struggle with. You know, they treat it much more like a fireball, where you want to do it in block strings, right? And for him to utilize it in this confident space, where it's like right in his face, where he could easily get stuff, but he's just changing up his rhythm, his approach, and Xfiness hasn't been able to adapt.
Yeah. Very good assessment there from Mistopheles. And again, we're back in the same situation, and he activates Oliver Normal again.
Okay.
We'll take it. We'll take a throw, yeah, and then he's going to wake up.
It's still coming.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not used to seeing Psycho Cannon activate off of Normal. I don't know if that's like a real, like, scary situation for the opponent. You know?
Okay, man. Okay, another throw will do it. He's got to hold it, all that chip damage, and the delay Crouch Fierce crushes him into the sky. Another round for Xfiness. But it is tied up 5-5. It was looking very bleak just maybe 5-10 minutes ago. Ultimate Weapons really turned this around. Xfiness had to take this.
And he done it on a -2 situation, because a lot of players default to throw when they put themselves in a -2. And he took a substantial lead from that. He's going to put out... Okay, so he's trying, but that was too far. That was way too far.
Yeah, and look at the damage he ate too. And that is the risky run, just trying to have some sort of reproach when dealing with that V-Trigger one from Ed. Yeah, he's dead.
Dead.
Oh!
Actually, no. What?
No.
That was best scaling.
Yeah.
Take it. Just take it, because he's going to do dash straight activate soon.
Almost certainly. Or maybe sweep. Okay, nope, off the down medium punch.
Back throw. Oh, boy. Is he
He's got
going
a lot
to
of
take
meter.
all of this? Is he going to take all of this? Oh, I think he is. He's waiting for the trigger to run out. Yeah, he's going to wait for the trigger to completely deplete. But he goes in, and then he gets that standing medium punch to close it out, and now he's ending that streak, taking the lead back in this set here. Took a little while, found his rhythm, a bit shaky, because again, with the way that Ultimate Weapon was mounting that comeback, a lot of those rounds were going to the final round, to be honest. It wasn't that free. You know, it just felt like, okay, a couple of wrong decisions here and there. That's what Street Fighter 5 is all about. You know, the right decision as opposed to the wrong one.
And something to note too, in the past couple games, we have not really seen the EX Psycho Upper coming from Xfiness. Earlier on in this set, he was utilizing that a lot to establish that momentum and keep it going, to I think dissuade Ultimate Weapon from how he was trying to make the comeback, but it hasn't been quite as present.
That sweep on the dash straight was beautiful.
Joe is so good.
Hey, listen, when I know you've learnt your spacing on dash straight like that,
yeah.
It's rotate. And I noticed as well, both these characters do this. They can do crouching medium punch in the corner, and you're basically in throw range, so they both do it. So it's very interesting to see how they both react. And he got hit by the overhead. It's been a while since he's been hit by that.
Yeah, that is something Ultimate Weapon doesn't really do. Again, he doesn't like to take those big risks. He doesn't have to. This is a dire situation. Again, he's trying to steal the momentum back, get it back on his side.
Dead.
A throw will kill.
Yeah, but he won't do it. And he took the opportunity to find the gap, but he didn't go for the Psycho Cannon. He does it off the button now, and... Oh, okay.
Oh, that's so cheap.
So that's a legit mix-up, by the way, because if he does stand hard kick, I think he's +2 or +3 on hit. But the thing is, what did Ultimate Weapon do to get hit? Did he jump? Because he went airborne, right?
I think so, yes. I think he tried to jump back.
I've really got to ask him how he feels about defending against that.
Yeah. I'm sure he doesn't feel great. I bet he has some choice words.
Good luck. I wouldn't be surprised if he cycle up it again, though. And he gets hit by the Omen!
One last time. Wow, he's pulling it out. He's not afraid.
Oh, he really tried to get him to buy, and he checked the EX dash straight at the close range. You have to do it preemptively, but we'll take it. We'll take it. That's fine.
I love the... Oh, and now he's adapting. He's not letting him get away with the V reversal. Look at this. He's mounting this comeback. He's got so much meter on his side. That is a ton of throws off of EX Spark.
Oh, but he was too drunk on power. He said, I know the situation. Do you know the situation? I'm going to have the temerity to walk up and steal some frames. And my word, you cannot steal from the man who steals from the casino.
EX Psycho Knuckle getting the knockdown there. Bring him back in with the Snatcher. And already lost 50% just off of Flicker into EX Psycho Knuckle.
The anti-air block. There's going to be big damage here. I wonder if he's going to try and V-shift or he's going to firm it. He V-shifted. There it is. Because there's no way you're going to sit there after your reversal failed.
Right, yeah, you are scrambling in that situation. You're a little flustered, and there's the forced activation, and he's going to have to deal with this. Yep, put him into it, okay.
I don't like how far that sends you on an airborne opponent.
Dude, right?
Throw, that's not going to do it. He's got one more chance. Is he going to dash straight to get out of there?
No trip guard, but the throw seals the deal. That's another game. For X-Finesse, he goes up 7-5.
Wow. There you go. Finding his rhythm again. I like it. Again, good call from this man here. He said you're going to see the rally of adaptation, the back and forth between these guys. They're keeping us thoroughly entertained. Hey, I want this to go down to the wire.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if they can do it. Because, again, you feel X-Finesse runs away with it with the way he utilizes V-Trigger 1. And an ultimate weapon, whether hook or by crook, I don't know, he might not even be able to explain it. He finds a way to get out of it. He finds a way to get out of it, re-established control, and then we have a game on our hands, and then X-Finesse just goes, you know what? I think I can top you, I can get the one up on you once again with my offensive play.
Oh man, what a check. And that is something I also have to point out about X-Finesse. He is so good at checking dashes. I really think one of the best in the United States. His reactions are on point. He's going to be able to kill. Super
dead. My man said he's good at checking dashes. He's good at checking dash straight.
Jesus. He's built different. He has tapped into the Matrix.
Okay, let's see if he can go up 8-5 here. Hopefully Ultimate Weapon hasn't run out of steam. He might have to be more aggressive, but again, like Mr. Mustafans alluded to a minute ago, look, he's been checking dashes. Ultimate Weapon was doing it in the first half of this set extremely well too.
And that's not easy against Ed. Ed has an incredibly fast, very deceptive dash. Very hard to deal with.
Got the whip punish to Sandface with his own Psycho Knuckle. He had to sit there and chance that. Put himself at risk. However, misses his story.
And that stun is above 50%. He's built up some gray life. Oh, yes, he preemptively stopped the flicker. He knew for sure it was going to come. Just going to harass him there. He didn't want it to happen.
Just waits it out. They get the jab check as well. Yeah, he's not charging, but he needs a way to activate on hits. And he got the hit with his airborne.
Yeah, he was looking for that, but the EX, he was able to hold off when the actual punch came out, so he caught him on the way back down. This is looking a little grim for X-Finesse.
Well, if he builds up enough gray... he went for the V-reversal and said, I thought he was going to go for another situation. Good interruption. He's got to hold this. Yeah, he has to hold it. Do you know what? If this is the way he feels comfortable dealing with it, do it.
Yeah, sure. Oh, he challenged. No V-trigger to cancel, though, but he's still in a good spot.
Do that. Look, you can't not at that range. If you're going to have that bar, and Ed's got the bar ready and waiting, he says, please do it. Please test my one-button reaction, please. That's all he wanted.
And like, not only that, but considering the type of reversal Ed has, compared to other Shotas where they go airborne, you might get lucky and they actually launch into the air and don't hit you. But Ed doesn't have to deal with it. Got a ton of active frames, and it stays on the ground, so it's like way easier for him to deal with.
I do not blame Ultimate Weapon for trying to just basically nick the round. However, he was too far against a character that's got a one-button reversal. You were way too far for that to work. If he was a little bit closer, he would have blocked it. But he had too much time, and I believe, I'm not sure if it's significantly slower, but it is definitely slower dash straight when you do it from half screen as opposed to right in that space. So.
Right. Yeah, it starts up the same, but like there's a point in that mid-section where it really slows down and becomes much more telegraphed, easy to react to. But man, right now X-Finesse is just chilling with his shoes up. He is not pressed.
Right, okay. That's going to end the round there with the Psycho Upper. Good stuff there to X-Finesse. I just feel Ultimate Weapon is trying to delay the inevitable when the V-Trigger's out. It's like, okay, I'll stop you from this one mix-up, but it doesn't mean the mix-up is gone. Cross counter.
Man. Yeah, another crush count right back. No EX dash straight there, but he's still in a good, solid 40, 50, 60% life lead, and there's the stun.
Don't spend any bar. Do not spend any
definitely
bar.
don't.
Yeah. Just keep it there. He's got 3 dash straight, so he's got a super. Take your pick. There's his throw.
Yep, tried to go for the throw. There's the V reversal. Now, are we going to see a throw this time? Trying to beat out the shimmy and the super ultra mega delayed EX reversal.
I'll take that. And he stole a turn as well, but he's going to be pushed back.
Dude, it's still on the screen.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That is a long one.
Oh, no.
I don't think he can hold out here, Mustopheles. I don't think he can hold out.
Yeah, you can tell he's getting antsy. He's really feeling the nerve. Okay, there's the EX dash straight, and the throw does it right into the ground.
This is good discipline there from Ultimate Weapon. Let's see if he can take this round, because if he goes 9-5 down,
Eesh.
That's
a tall order.
Yeah, it's a very tall order for someone who's been playing like this. All right, there's the check. And back throw will do it. And he went to shimmy instead.
I respect it. You know, you do not want to give X-Finesse and that V-Trigger one the chance at a mix-up comeback. You don't want to let that happen.
Oh, what? He's still alive? Oh my god, back throw, the back throw? Oh no. He's got to wait. He's just got to wait. No.
Okay.
If you're going to do dash straight, do it at that range. There you go.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. He's got to firm this. I don't know how he's going to get out of this. And he did! He worked his way out! He worked his way out. All right, the ingenuity, the creativity is coming now. If he has to give you this false sense of control just to be able to just haphazardly jump over it, I'm good with that. As long as you don't make it predictable, I'm good. Because, listen, you and I have watched this game and Ed long enough with that V-Trigger. It's like, yeah, that guy is going to jump any minute now. And it's like, listen, it's not about when. Oh, sorry, it's not about how, it's when.
Yes, that is what's going to happen.
Hey, man, look, the cow jumped over the moon. If he jumped over it that easily.
Yeah. Okay, there it is, that 3-piece, using the stand medium kick to space himself out there, trying to gain some ground out of the corner. They're not quite at the range to get the punish on the dash straight, but he does dash up and steal a turn.
Oh, they're the best frame trap in the game with throw.
Yes. Yep. Trying to beat out a dash punch, no such luck. No buffer on the down mean punch, and I think from that range it probably would have whiffed on Psycho Upper anyways, so just use it as a poke.
Okay, goes for a throw. Can he sneak in another one? No, Psycho Upper was there at the door waiting, and this should be, too much scaling.
Yeah, for sure too much scaling, but it is guess per game. Man, he gets to take him coast to coast.
So he has to block it. Oh. Do you know what he hasn't done? He hasn't done EX Screw Smash, the armored move. He hasn't done it.
You know, to be fair though, I actually think specifically against Ed, that move is like exceptionally bad because he really likes to press. He likes to pressure with crouching moves, and that doesn't hit crouchers, right?
Yeah, I still think the armor will catch him at some point. It only just crossed my mind now. I feel maybe he might find something. We'll ask him afterwards if he never uses it.
Sure.
He might have the same reasoning you do. So.
Yeah. Alright, X-Finesse finds his way out of the corner there, and now he has switch sides. No whiff punish.
Well. I mean, he could have swept, but...
yeah. But it's, you know, it's hard in situations like that. You just want to press something, right? So you normally go to your best counter poke button.
Okay, he's going to take it here, all the way to the corner. Not really going to get it. Yeah, he'll tech and then block. Yeah, he's going to keep it simple. If he can find a way to just tech the throw so that the animation gives him more time and space, I think that's what he wants, but that's what X-Finesse blew up earlier with the stand hard.
Exactly.
So.
Yes. It's that's like level 1 of a high level Ed player. That's like they're trying to get you to throw tech so they can catch you with the stand heavy kick.
Right. If he's gonna dash straight, he's got to do it now. There it is. There's one.
Okay. Oh no, the defensive back throw, and he's gonna have the chance to build V trigger. It is.
Just wait. Oh no, I don't know what's gonna happen here. No.
He doesn't want to give him the. He doesn't want to give him the easy V reversal. What a throw tech! My God.
That was the wrong choice. He backdashed because he allowed to activate. He's gonna have to firm this.
Oh, he got caught low.
Now,
just like that, X-Finesse on the verge of winning the set.
Yeah, I wonder, after that throw tech, did he backdash because he wanted to avoid a button or maybe something else? Because if you backdash from that situation, you just basically gave him the free...
Yes.
Yeah, man, you just had to deal with that.
But again, you know, it's like... you can't blame him. You know, it's like
I really can't.
it's so tense, right? Because not only are you gonna have to deal with the inevitable V trigger getting in your face, but Ed's dash covers so much ground so fast. It's like he's gonna be right next to you anyways. It's hard.
Yeah, look, we're just backseat gaming at this point. I'm the whole shoulda, woulda, coulda guy. So.
Yeah.
The back dash there from X-Finesse again. He's gonna be brimming with confidence right now because he is technically on set point.
Yeah, and a big life lead. Already down 55%. There's the EX dash to try and get something started. There's the counter hit conversion. Okay, can he bring this back? Ultimate Weapon trying to keep him pinned down in the corner and take this to the bank.
Okay, dash straight. He's trying to keep the stun high, and then we saw him try to escape. That was a big risk there, but he's out of the corner. Dash to, and this time he tried to chase him down. He's hungry.
Whoa, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's hungry. Block it. Yep.
Oh no.
Luckily enough, he's still alive. Hasn't got any meter to work with. He's got to deal with it. Yeah, he's got to deal with it.
And that was 100% just to get him to use the V reversal. That's the only reason he did that.
Oh,
no cancel!
Wait, rare footage of an Ed player not doing EX Psycho Knuckle after the flicker.
Right?
Is there like a certain window you have to do it? Didn't know that.
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
I hope not. Don't make that move have any sort of complexity to it when it needs to.
Yeah, right? Yeah. We need it to be brain dead.
Alright, he's on set point here, and again, Psycho Knuckle in the corner.
Things are going south. He's looking at a big life deficit. Big crush counter that helps a little bit, but he's still not out of the woods yet. There's so much meter on the side of X-Finesse, and any of those hits can lead to so much.
That's fine. That Cyclops is completely fine. He's 3 games out on set point. You can do whatever you want. Nice jump. Yeah, though, is he going to go for the full scaling? He will. The jumping should do it.
I don't.
No, it didn't. Okay. I thought the jumping would have had enough scaling towards it, so he would have been able to take off a chunk and then he'd be able to close it out with a V-trigger, but he didn't. Right, Ultimate Weapon's going to have to throw everything in the kitchen sink. If that means 12 more roundhouses in a string, so be it.
Yeah.
There's one.
Okay, and he tried!
Well,
he tried!
Thank you for strengthening our case.
All right, gets hit right in the face. Push past midpoint in the screen there. X&S towards the corner, but right just like that, that EX Psycho Knuckle coming through in the clutch to give him all the corner carry he could ever need.
Yeah, he's just going to push him to the corner, take that chin, do that flicker. He can't anti-air from that distance. That's good.
Whoa.
What was that? Was that an anticipation or something? Yeah.
I think maybe he was thinking it would be V-Skull into dash punch.
Hit. Oh, that's going to be stunned. Not quite.
Stunned.
Overhead. No, he went for the crouching beating punch. And ladies and gentlemen, back throw has taken it out. And Ed player reigns supreme and steals the show again. He's a solid character. He's fine. You can whiff punish flicker. What you can also do is you can type GG's in the chat because I enjoyed that set. I really enjoyed it.
It was very good.
I learned a lot about these players as well as a little bit more about that matchup in an extensive set because I did have the treat of watching it with Ending Walker and Mopolapo. But yes, X-Finesse finesses his opponent and he takes it 10-6 there, 10-5 I should say. But yeah, that was perfect to see. Again, can't thank you enough for that set there. But there's still more. Wait, there's still more. We're going to take a 5-minute break. When we come back, we're going to get X-Finesse to try and downplay this character on the other side of this call. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Hang tight, guys.
Peggy 12.
Come on, crank that beat. Yo, party people, everybody still cooking? Oh yeah, now you got it. Okay. USA. Now let's go.
He was obsessed, you see, with finding an appropriate vessel for this power.
Showtime, baby!
Prepare. Fight with all your heart.
An honor, to be sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to tonight's episode featuring Ultimate Weapon and X Finesse, and of course our special guest on commentary, Mr. Mistopheles. If you are just joining us, no more games. It's done.
Yes.
We've had a great set. If you joined us, well, your timings are just late, or you just don't know when we're on. And, I can't help but question you in your timings, unless you had a less day at work. Anyway, yes, Mistopheles, good to have you back. Let me find out, have we got Ultimate Weapon and X Finesse here? Can you guys hear me loud and clear again?
Yes, sir.
There's one. There's X Finesse there.
Hey,
Hey,
yeah, I'm here. You hear
there
me?
we go. Yeah, okay, cool. Good. All right, gentlemen, that was, I really enjoyed that set. X Finesse, well done for taking that 10-6 over Ultimate Weapon. Again, Mr. Mistopheles was very correct in picking you guys up, showcasing the skills, because that was really good to see. I could see a lot of your gameplay in general through that matchup alone. Obviously, it looked a bit difficult at times for both you guys, but X Finesse managed to emerge victorious there. My first question regarding that is I like to understand the perspective from both ends going into the matchup. So, X Finesse, how does the boxer matchup feel from your perspective?
Oh man, I hate it. I feel like I feel like I can never get into like position because then I'll eat a EX straight. It just throws me off my game all the time.
Okay, and like I mean, at times you were checking it, so surely it can't be that big of a deal.
I would throw a random, I would throw a random jab out there, but a lot of the times I ate it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay, well, fair. All right. Well, I was not expecting the Ed Blair to say he hates that matchup. Ultimate Weapon, are you gonna share that same sentiment from a boxer's perspective? Or are you gonna agree with saying, oh, you know what, you like that matchup?
Yeah, I definitely don't like that matchup. I won't say I hate it, but it's V-Trigger 1 is just hard.
Sure.
Right. Right. Dealing with Ed's V-Trigger 1 is hard. Is that what you're saying? Just so we're on the same page.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Now talk to me, because it looked like you tried a lot of ideas. Some of them worked, some of them didn't, but ultimately you were scrambling against that V-Trigger. Is that a personal problem you have, or is that something Balrog just can't really deal with?
I think it's just a really good V-Trigger. I mean,
I think it is too.
He puts you in a corner, or you just gotta guess, like try to find your way out. All he has to do is sit there and wait.
I mean, like, you handled yourself most of the time. I think you were fishing for... It looked like to me you were fishing for throw techs a bit too often to give yourself a little bit more time and breathing room just to assess it slowly coming at you. I mean, you went for the V-reversal option a fair bit. I think you jumped out one or two times. But I think, ultimately, from mine and Mistopheles' perspective, please tell me if we are wrong, you didn't look comfortable dealing with that from start to finish.
Yeah, you're correct. I mean, I just don't like that V-Trigger.
Right, look, you know what? Sometimes it's as simple as that. I just don't like it. Oh, but no, it's interesting. It's interesting. Mistopheles, you got any questions you want to ask the guys?
Yeah, so Ultimate Weapon, I'm curious, you've talked about feeling like V-Trigger 2 doesn't really like carry enough weight at like the highest level, right? Now, obviously, we did see that you were able to utilize V-Trigger 1 in a way to like really corner Ed and make him feel, flustered, not as comfortable, right? But I have to wonder, have you labbed this specific matchup or like fought this matchup enough? I wonder if V-Trigger 2 is viable to like, if he goes up for the throw tech situation, do you think responding with the V-Trigger 2 command grab, if you had it, would be like a way to maybe catch him off guard, or do you think it's not even worth it?
No, it's not even worth it. I really like either popping V-Trigger and trying to kill him, or using my V-reversals.
Okay, sure. And again, Balrog's V-reversal is very good in this situation.
Yeah, I mainly pick it because of V-reversal.
Sure.
Okay. No, fair play. That's fine. I think there was instances where we were talking about me and Mistopheles, and I think you tried it twice, but I don't think it worked, because I think there was a range where X Finesse was activating V-Trigger, but you tried to dash straight to beat him to the punch, but it didn't work. Is that something you just thought of on the fly, or
No. It works at a certain range. I thought I was close enough.
I thought so. Okay.
But I think one time he actually traded and he got a combo off of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. No, I was very curious, because I'm like, you haven't got an invincible move or something that like can go basically full screen, but as a dash straight should be able to beat him to the punch. But again, it's just those slight miscalculations that can really throw us off guard,
Yeah. He really never raw activated unless he like grabbed me first. So he does it on my wake up or something like that. He never really did it in neutral like that because he knows I know.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, that's the beauty
But like
of.
that's a game though. Like,
Okay.
there was a couple situations where I had him in a corner and he kept fishing for like hits into V triggers. But I was like V reversaling his fierce, his stand fierce, so I can get that knockdown, so I can continue my pressure. That's pretty much how it goes in the corner. So I have to be careful to not get hit so he can activate, but he also has to be careful of like throwing out slow buttons where I can just reversal it.
Right.
Okay, no, so it definitely is a mind game because again, you two, when you both had each other trapped in the corner, you looked like completely comfortable with applying pressure and trying to get out. I think obviously Ultimate Weapon, you seemed more resilient because your V trigger kind of allows that as opposed to X Finesse's where he had to really find those opportune moments to activate it, which goes back to my question for X Finesse. You like to activate that V trigger one off of buttons. I don't really see Ed players do that. They just find space and then they just walk behind it. You're activating off buttons. Is there something good about that? That doesn't look too good to me, but you are the Ed player, I'm not, so kind of enlighten me on that.
It's only good if he doesn't have V reversal. It's pretty bad when he does because he's one of the characters that just like goes right through the orb. Yeah, those are like mistakes on my part. But if he didn't have V reversal, then that's just a free activation.
Okay. Now, I do have to ask this question because obviously we do have Ending Walker over here in the UK. He's probably like one of very few Ed players that use V-Trigger 2. He was telling me once upon a time that the Americans don't really use the V-Trigger 2. You picked V-Trigger 1 today. Is that just a personal preference thing, or do you feel a lot of the matchups are V-Trigger 1 is better for them?
Like against Rog, I should have used V-Trigger 2. He has like too many options. His V reversal is good. He could just stuff my raw activation. Like I have to find a spot to activate. Other characters don't have that luxury. I could just throw it out there. Okay. But against Rog, I should definitely use V-Trigger 2.
Yeah, I agree. I think Ed should not be using V-Trigger 2 in that situation. And against Rog, at least.
Or do you mean V-Trigger 1?
V-Trigger 1.
I mean, V-Trigger 1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. No, because I was just thinking, I'm like, okay, maybe it's just for, comfortability purposes or whatever. But I mean, like, you did use it. It did help you win because obviously if V-Trigger 1's not the preferred V-Trigger against Rog, it doesn't mean the player just, like, is comfortable dealing with it, So I would say you took your chances there and it paid off, so.
Yeah, I also think Ed's V-Trigger 2 is just so easy to you can react to his like V-Trigger too.
Well, you say that, not many people do it.
Well, because
he also says that it's easy to whiff punish Flicker.
Sorry.
And we have video evidence.
Oh, there's video evidence.
Like Raw can just sway the V-Trigger 2.
Okay, I mean, like, you can sway it if it's done by itself. That's what we're talking about, right?
Or if he does it on a block string, you can react V reversal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, don't worry. There's options, just like there is options against his V-Trigger 1, but it's like be ready, having the right one for the right time.
Yeah. But I feel like Goro has a better time.
Okay, no, fair. Like again, listen, you guys the players. I'm just a backseat gamer. All I do is commentate and talk waffle for a living.
Wait, V-Trigger 2 is the grab, right?
It's the guard break. Yeah, it's the one where he just grabs you and then comes close to you and then sends you to the corner and does some unfair stuff or more unfair stuff.
I mean, I don't know about V-Trigger 2, man. I just take the throw. Like you get in my face, I'm just taking the throw.
I don't know.
I'm not letting you get 300 damage off that. Okay. I'll take the throw and take my chances. I mean, for you to activate, that means you have low health.
Yes and no. Yes and no. But listen, there's rare sightings of end players activating that with 60% health. It's just the other person got crush count a bit too many times, and your V skill might have worked on the odd occasion, but.
I mean, and block low, so you don't get hit. You don't get hit low. I mean, what's he gonna do?
I don't know. Probably throw you.
Okay, I'll take that. We go back to neutral.
I don't know. I can see why a lot of people think
Dude, first ballot Hall of Fame, I'm telling you, and everybody in the chat will agree.
Oh man, this is brilliant. He's like, look, what are you doing? He's like, I take my chances. I'll get thrown 4 times and so 300 damage combat. Now, X-Finesse, don't ever change. Whatever anyone tells you to, don't ever change. Please don't ever change. No, this is brilliant. But yeah, no, it was just interesting. Is it like the V-Trigger 1 X-Finesse? Is it V-Trigger 1? Is this something that like a lot of the American Ed players prefer over V-Trigger 2, or do you guys just mix and match?
I'm not too sure. I feel like there's probably like 2 of us that use it. I think one guy named like Langsky uses it and I use it, but other than that, I don't know too many Eds that use it.
Okay, fair. No, that's fine. Now, just going back to Ultimate Weapon before I hand it over to Mistopheles. Ultimate Weapon, talk to me through how you spend meter in that matchup, because it seems you were very relentless with the EX dash straights and the dash slow. Is it just beat Ed to the punch and overwhelm him in the corner, or is there like more of a strategy behind where your dash straight placements are?
It depends where you are. Like if I'm in the corner, EX dash punch pushes me out the corner. So on hit or block, I'm just trying to push him away from me or away from the corner. I've noticed towards like when he started getting comfortable towards the end, he's like walking back and forth, and I started doing lows more.
Yeah, because I think the way you guys adapted to each other was very interesting, because it didn't look like there was no real 8-way mix-up. It didn't look out of this world what you guys are doing. It was just like, you know what? Let me slow down a bit here. Make me change my defensive choices here. Because, you know what? Full credit to both of you. You guys have probably some of the best defensive choices I've seen. I know this is only one matchup and you guys play each other a fair bit. But how you both handle situations in the corner, as opposed to certain moves in the mid-screen as well, it was actually really good to see. And it was a good back and forth. So I really got to applaud you both for your defensive choices in that regard there. Mistopheles, you got any other questions you want to ask these guys?
Yeah, so I have one for X-Finesse and then I have one for Ultimate Weapon. X-Finesse, something I'm curious about is we didn't really see it until about the halfway point in the set, and then there were a couple games where Ultimate Weapon was on a bit of a hot streak and won, I think, like 2 or 3 in a row. And you had slowed down, and then you brought it back out. And I'm talking about EX Psycho Upper from Ed. Now, is that something, like, how do you go about utilizing that in this matchup? Because you found really great success around midpoint in the set. I think it was like... Yeah. It's like 5-3 or something like that, and you had gone on a roll, and there were a bunch of times where you're interrupting his pressure, the way, you know, you were even like really delaying it on your wake up. How do you go, like, what's your strategy for utilizing that against Balrog, or maybe even against Ultimate Weapon, and then why did you decide to like tighten it back up and not keep like going for it, even though it was being successful?
I was doing it because I felt he was gonna throw me, or he was trying to frame trap me with like the stand heavy kick. So I would throw it out, but then he started tightening up, started doing like jab, so it wasn't working anymore. So that's why I stopped doing it.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I think that's something that's like so interesting about Ed players is like, because they have that slow reversal. That's, even though sure, you know, you don't have to worry about doing a directional input. It's still a very specific reversal that you have to use. So the strategies around using it, I think, are really interesting compared to traditional Shotos. That's why I wanted to ask. And then the next question I have is for Ultimate Weapon, kind of similarly, although it's not a traditional reversal. Throughout that entire set, we didn't see you use EX Screw Upper once. Yeah. And that was something we actually talked about during commentary. Now, my thought is that in this matchup particularly, Ed likes to crouch a lot. Whether he's using crouching medium punch, crouch jab, or crouch medium kick, a lot of his pressure revolves around being low to the ground, and EX Screw Upper doesn't hit crouching opponents. Now, is that the reason you don't really go for it, or just in general, do you not utilize that move as often, just because obviously, again, it's not a traditional reversal, it's not a regular EX uppercut? I'm curious.
Nah, I don't use it a lot because it's not a traditional DP, so...
It's a statement, though. When you hit someone with it, it's a big statement, though.
Yeah, it's kind of random.
Okay. Fair enough.
Listen, I love the honesty there. If he feels it's random, we'll consider it random. I like watching the move being used once and it just hits, because that does 160 damage or something. That hurts. That move hurts, man. But right, I got this question for X-Finesse. This is just a general question about Ed. So you go on about Flicker being with punchable is not that bad to deal with. Can can I ask, like, genuinely, this is me asking, not an Ed player, asking you, the
Okay.
Ed player. What do you feel like when someone misses the opportunity to whiff punish when you know they could have? Do you just go shine with a punish that, or do you just say something else?
Daigo would have gotten that.
Nah, I just shake my head and I'm like, well, all right, okay, that's it.
No, legit, I'm not even trolling. It's a genuine question because it's like someone will go, look, this move's easier to do than you think, and they don't. It's like, well, I don't know, man. You missed your chance. I'm not the one dealing with it.
Yep.
You're the greatest. You're the greatest. You know what? Do you know, I got another question, right? There was a situation, I think you've done this about 2 or 3 times with the V-Trigger 1. You'd activate it, you'd do a jab, and then you'd go for the roundhouse. Was the roundhouse to be a throw or something else, X-Men? Well, walk me through it.
Yeah, the roundhouse is to beat the throw, but if you try to punish me, you hit the orb, and then I get a trade combo.
Right. So is a lot of this...
If you
Oh, go on, please.
got, if you do crouch jab to punish the -4, I get a nice combo, and then more pressure.
Okay, so like with when you use V-Trigger 1, are you just forcing, outside of forcing mix-ups, are you just forcing like as many scrambles as you possibly can? Are you just trying to push into the corner? Because it's a very good utility V-Trigger, but is there like a universal main objective you have with it, or do you just kind of go with how your opponent reacts to it?
Right. I look for like what you're gonna do. Like he likes to jump a lot, and I let him get out of the V-Trigger a few times. But normally I just throw it out there to get some pressure, to get something started. It's kind of hard to get in on rock.
Yeah, okay. Right, listen, whatever makes it easier to get in. Now, this is a genuine question. Over your time using that V-Trigger 1 with Ed, especially when it got buffed from 5 hits to 7 hits, what has been like, if you can remember, what has been the best counters to that V-Trigger? What completely nullifies that V-Trigger?
It depends on the character. Like some characters just fly right through it. Like Rashid, he just eagle spikes his way out of that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then obviously I'm thinking somebody can send it back. Who can send it back? Cody V-Trigger 2. Can he send that back?
Cody V-Trigger 2. Yeah, he can. Yeah, Fall can send it back. Abigail can punch it back.
Wow.
Aegis reflects it back.
Okay, and are these characters that you will absolutely refrain from using this V-Trigger against, or will you kind of like knowledge check your opponent to see if they do know before you change it, if you have the ability to change, of course, not rank match, but...
No, yeah, I'm still using it. Yeah, I'm gonna still use it. Because you're eventually gonna activate, but then I get to activate from a button.
Right, and that's way more advantageous.
Yes, okay. Right, I see what you mean. Then it goes back to what you said before, where you don't have the view reversal activate from a button is really good. And okay, now all right, it's all adding up now. All right, good. Now I'm with you. It makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Ultimate Weapon, would you for matchups that you don't like? Because I imagine because you play boxer, you don't like fighting any grappler at all, and there's probably one or two. There's probably one or two other characters you don't like. Have you considered learning another character or just dabbling with a pocket outside? Because I think you remember you telling me you tried Lucia before, but is there anyone at this point where you feel, you know, I might need another character, or is it too late for that? Are we just looking forward to the next game?
It's way too late for that, in my opinion. In Street Fighter 6, I'm definitely learning like 3 characters.
Well, I mean, you just automatically stabbed on a number. You just said 3. I mean, what makes 3 so special? Why not 4?
I don't want to play no bad matchups, man. I want to
pick a top tier.
I'm done, man.
No, do you know what?
Losing to players that shouldn't be.
No, do you know what? Listen, Ultimate Weapon, I understand that we've all been there, whether we're going through it now, in the past, or listen, some people's going to happen in the future. They're going to lose to something they don't like losing to, or a certain player as well. So you want to have as many, and I like that more people, because of the current climate for fighting games now, people are realizing this more. Maybe it's because we've been exposed to the competitive play, the CPT side of things a lot more. So again, because Ultimate Weapon, I guarantee if I spoke to you 2 years ago, you probably wouldn't have said that. What you just said now, I guarantee you wouldn't have said that. You probably wouldn't. You probably wouldn't have endured it with Barragan. A little bit more, you would have getting command grabbed by Laura for 2 more years. And before you said you were fed up. But it's just the climate. And like you said, you were playing competitive games before. So you kind of already have a feeling of what that's like.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, okay, I'm tired of this. And because you are in a very good place, we will talk about that very shortly, you're in a very good place competitively right now. You actually have one of the biggest opportunities coming your way in 2 days. I think you told me it was 2 days. Definitely 2 days.
Yeah, Thursday.
So it's a big deal. So again, now let me ask you this. Just indulge me for a second. If you did have more time to learn a character, out of curiosity, which character would you really want to learn in Street Fighter 5 if given the chance?
Oof.
Ooh, man.
I'll ask you this question as well. Don't worry. But just if you had the chance, Ultimate Weapon, who else would you wanted to learn if you had the chance?
Man.
Yeah.
Tough question, isn't it?
Probably. I know people are gonna laugh, but Luke, obviously. If I'm thinking about competitively, yeah, Luke, 100%.
Okay, no, fair. Listen, if it's Luke, listen, despite where Luke is in the tier list, the way he plays in the game, I'm not gonna lie, he actually has some cool combos. When you learn those combos,
Oh, for sure.
they're pretty damn good. So if you're looking at it from a combo standpoint, I'd completely agree with you. I'd want to learn him as well, especially if you get to whip punish people, stand fierce into level 2 flash knuckle, and take 400 damage. That's fun. I think it's fun. But yeah, X Finesse. What about you? If you had more time to learn another character, is there anyone that you really want to learn?
I mean, I'd probably try to learn Colleen. I just want to throw them buttons out there.
Ooh, okay.
That's an interesting choice. Not one that I would guess.
No,
Yeah, she got some nice buttons.
White woman normals.
Yeah.
No, this is interesting because you're saying Colleen now, but you said you've been playing basically since she was released because you played since season 2, or you played Ed since season 2. So
yeah.
I'll go on.
Like I said, I just get stuck with one character.
Wow. Right. Are you going to be stuck? Are you going to be stuck with one character in 6?
Nah, I'm gonna do two.
Wow, everyone's stamping a number on these characters, aren't they? Like, you're all certain for the games even come out. Nah, you lot.
Nah, 3's too much. 3's too much. That's too
do you
much
know
juggling.
what? No, I beg to differ. I think it depends on the game because I guarantee you, right? If you wanted to right now, X Finesse, I think you could learn 2 more characters. The only reason I say that is because I think you've been playing this game long enough to understand how the system works at its core. Sure. And when you understand the system, you can pretty much learn anybody, maybe except Dawson, because that takes a little bit of skill. I will say that much. I don't want to say it, but I will say that much. But I guarantee you, if you wanted to spend maybe 2 weeks learning Colleen, and then, heck, we'll throw in, maybe if you really wanted to go for the gusto, pick Dan and learn the taunt cancels. You already know how Street Fighter 5 works. You just have to know how they individually work in those areas. So, while some people, yes, depending on how you juggle things and whatever, 3 characters, maybe too much. Maybe it depends on the 3 you look at. Because if you learned Ed, Falk, and Abigail, is that going to be difficult? I don't think it's going to be difficult.
Yeah,
no,
right.
Case in point. So there you go. But no, I can understand where you're coming from. But Masophiles, have you got any other questions you want to ask these 2 before we move on to SF6 related questions?
I guess the only other question I have, hold on, I actually need to double check this. So I guess, yeah, the only other question I have for Ultimate Weapon is just regarding World Warrior. How do you feel about this upcoming weekend? Like, every World Warrior event you've entered, you've done incredibly well. A lot of people consider you like, you're definitely not a dark horse, but like you are, I think, one of the favorites outside of like Idom and probably Kudo, and for good reason, right? You're in 2nd place in the leaderboards. How are you feeling about coming up this weekend, and is there a matchup that you're preparing for the most?
Well, my first match is against a jury player, so yeah. That's a personal matchup for me that I don't like.
Sure.
But if I can get past the first round, I think I have a really good shot at winning it all. No matter who I play.
I like that confidence.
I'm comfortable playing against Idom and Kudo.
The 2 matchups your character doesn't really want to fight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh. Okay. I know you've definitely got a different way of thinking to the rest of the pack. I like that. Just moving a couple steps back. You said Jury's a personal matchup you don't like. Can you tell me why you don't like fighting Jury?
Because she's like her dash. You can't see her dash. That's one thing.
Fair.
Stand medium kick. It's
one of the best.
Even if the frames add up, it's still like it defies frame data pretty much.
It's
weird.
Busted. Anybody who tries to tell you differently is not being honest. That move is so very good. It's very good.
Wait, what move was that?
Jury stand medium kick.
Oh, that's broken.
He said it, not me. I tried to be a little more political. Let him do it.
I wish your Bluetooth headset just cut out just for that part. So you can...
and pretty much her V trigger. I hate. Is it V trigger 1?
Yeah. Is that the Feng Shui with the normal cancels?
Yeah. It's so annoying. Like,
it's very good.
Cancel it. They don't have to cancel it. It's like, it's weird.
Okay, but now this is a matchup that again you personally don't like. This is just again me just asking you, Jammers to Ultimate Weapon here. Have you done any personal preparation for this matchup you don't like? Because you, with the way you're talking about it, there are some things. A lot of players do not tell themselves this. They prepare, but as long as that mental block of "I really don't want to do this" is still there, it kind of holds you back. If that makes any sense. So have you done any preparation for? It's Callisto. It's Callisto, right? Did I artist?
Yeah.
Have you done any preparation for him specifically, or we're just gonna be like, listen, I hope Roundhouse beats Stat Media Kick?
No. I know a guy. I know a guy that I haven't played with him in like a month or so, but I'm gonna hit him up.
He's been held
tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hit up. No need to talk.
Shouts to No Need.
His jury is very good.
No Need is very good. Shouts to No Need. We might need to get him on the show soon because I actually do want to speak to that guy, watch him play. But no, you know what? No, it was great talking SF5 related things. We'll move on to SF6 things now. So let me just double check. Have you both played the beta?
I have.
I haven't.
Okay, cool. Right, so this will be easier with Ultimate Weapon. Ultimate Weapon, we'll ask you first. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we've got some images, or we've got some clips on screen right now. If you're not following the Street Fighter official Street Fighter account on Twitter, please go and follow that because they are putting clips up of good old DJ. Don't know who asked for him, but he's back in the game anyway. But yeah, they're going to be putting up some clips there. I think they put up DJ and they put up Manon. There you go. Jesus Christ, that model.
I can't wait.
Marissa looks like she's going to steal your lunch money for the next 7 days. That's what she looks like. That's what Marissa looks like. Anyway, Ultimate Weapon, for when you did play the beta back in October, what character did you play and what was your overall impression of Street Fighter 6 from what you've seen thus far?
Okay, so the first character I tried was Jamie, but I went straight to Ken after that. Like,
okay.
I think Ken is really fun in this game.
Yeah.
I like what they did with him, and he's very explosive.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always been explosive, but I think go on.
Yeah, he's very explosive, but in this game it's like because of the whiff punish counter, so you add more frames to it. So he can he can do like crouching medium punch into run into DP from mad far.
Okay, I see
like
what you
stuff
mean.
like that.
Yeah. Okay, so you really like how they've delved deep into the technicalities of things. Like, what's it called?
Yeah.
The punish counter. I think you're talking about the punish counter.
Punish counter. Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of like that aspect where it's like, right, I'm getting an even better reward than I did in 5 for with punishing. Is that what you mean?
100%. Yep. I love that.
Okay, fair. Have you got any outside of that? And it seems like you really enjoyed Ken, because I imagine you're going to jump back straight into Ken with this upcoming beta.
Yeah.
Do you have any hopes or concerns about the game before it's released? Because we do have a release date now. Is there anything you want changed or added before the game comes out?
Changed or added? Oh,
just off the top of your head, if you think of anything from when you last played it.
Well, not really. Training mode, like, leave me alone when I'm in training mode. But nothing really. I mean, I feel like they're doing a good job right now.
Okay. Let me give you let me give you the secret tech. So when you jump back on the beta this weekend, just basically go to South America, go all the way to the bottom, like lobby 18 or 19. Find the lobby that's basically got 2 players or 1 player in there, and sit right at the top in the corner where no one can find you. Yes, you can fast travel. You can fast travel to people's names, but I can assure you, when you go in there and you want to sit in peace, make sure you're up at midnight, 1 in the morning, sit in the corner, and I guarantee you no one's going to disturb you. That's the tech. That's the tech. You'll learn it with these lobby systems. They're a bit weird. While everyone's goofing around in spinning Birkins off the rooftop in those big ass lobbies, you can sit there and figure out how this game actually works. But Xfiness, you did say you didn't play the beta. I imagine you watched some streams or a fair bit of it when the beta was live back in October?
Hardly. I saw a few things, but other than that, nah.
Okay.
I didn't really watch it.
Let me ask you, from what you did see, do you have any genuine impressions, or are you just going to wait until you get your hands on it this weekend?
I mean, it looks okay. It looks good. I'm just trying to figure out, like, why is everything negative on block? What's going on?
Ah, okay. So you're thinking about the frame data. So all right,
Yeah,
let me pose you this question. Do you think everyone should get free pressure to a certain degree, or do you think they should earn it?
I mean, if they're getting in, then they earned it if they're in.
Whether hook or bag or crook, if they get in, they should deserve like a +3 normal or like a +4 something.
Yeah.
Think, okay.
Yeah, they gotta get something. Like, if I'm fighting Sim and I get in and everything is negative, what do I do now?
Okay, fair. There's more than one way to start offensive pressure. Now, I don't know if you do know, when you do use the drive rush mechanic, it adds 4 frames of advantage onto the next normal. So if something was like -2, when you do the drive rush cancel, you got to spend a bit of bar, but it'll become +2 because you add the 4 extra frames.
Okay.
Maybe, or I imagine frame data was designed with the drive rush system in mind. I don't think they want people getting as free of frame traps as they did in 5, because 5 is a very offensive game. I think you are probably the only person who said, why is everything so negative? No, do you know what? It's legit though, because was SF5 your first fighting game or no?
No, I played 4.
Okay, and right, in 4, not everything was plus off the jump either. So it's been this very weird system of how they handle frame data. But again, there'll be more than one way. I'm sure the players will crack it. I'm sure there's gonna be another. I'm sure they're going to change frame data from now to the end of the game. It might not be like this, but right now, I can see where you're coming from. It's like, damn, for a game where the vast majority of things you do are lights being plus, mediums being plus, and it's just like, well, everyone's just minus. It's just a button, and then, so what happens after that? You might be looking at things from a too mathematical standpoint, if that makes sense, Xfiness.
Yeah, probably.
I could be wrong. You signed up for this weekend, right?
Yeah, I did. Hopefully I get in this time.
Yeah, hopefully you get it, because I would actually love to hear your opinion change. If you do get in and you're like, why is everything so minus, and you get hit by something you think should definitely be minus, I think you'll understand why certain things are minus. Oh, go on.
No, the game looks good though. I like it. Looks flashy.
Okay. I mean, from the characters we've seen thus far, Xfiness, what characters really like taking your liking, shall we say?
Oh man, I'll probably end up playing like DJ.
Yeah, you definitely don't want any friends. Yeah, you definitely. Yeah.
Brutal.
Play DJ, and then if Ed drops season 1, I'll play Ed.
This guy does not want any friends at all. He literally, there's like 12, 14 other characters. He goes straight for DJ. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Who are you guys playing? Jammers and Mustaflis?
I was playing Jury in the beta. But when the game comes out, I'm actually looking forward to trying JP and Marissa. I'm actually really looking forward to how they showcase Cammy as well, actually. Cammy's bland, I know she's bland, but there's a reason they've kept this character away for so long. They must be doing something good with Cammy if they're keeping her to the last minute. But I like that Ultimate Weapon asking that question. What about you? What character? Is there another character outside of Ken?
I'm playing Manan day 1.
Oh yeah. So you to become the grappler, you've literally got to pick one. That's it. Okay, there you go. He's tired of them, so he's gonna pick one. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
What,
I played Able before.
Oh, well, that's true.
Oh,
that is true.
Cool.
There's a connection there. French, grappling. She might have a step kick they haven't
She
shown
has
us
like
yet.
a vacuum little.
Hopefully she doesn't have a step kick. Hopefully she does not have step kick.
She might have. Listen, she might have something way better or way worse than a step kick. We don't actually know. That's it. We don't actually know. Now, I got to ask this question because, as we mentioned, we've been talking about the World Warrior program a bit. Obviously, Ultimate Weapon, you are going to be there this Thursday. Xfiness, I think you barely missed it by 2 or 3 spots. So I think that just shows the level of competition that these guys are facing off against each other in the East Coast there. Ultimate Weapon, since you actually placed really well on the leaderboard, I wanted to ask you, if a CPT was to come back next year for Street Fighter 6. Do you think the World Warrior program should return along with it, or do you think it should be dead and buried with Street Fighter 5?
I think it should return, the World Warrior. But I do feel like some of the rules, I think the top seed should qualify
Automatically.
automatically.
Okay, you trust me. You're not the first person to say we had this last week. We had this last week with someone. So I love it when the players themselves who've been doing well say this. So you're saying whether it's a small margin or a large margin, if you are at the top spot, they should automatically qualify.
Automatically qualify.
Okay.
If there's
gone.
different World Warrior tournaments and you're number 1 in points, you should automatically qualify.
Definitely.
Okay, so X-Finesse, you agree with this?
Yeah.
Okay, now let me say this before you finish that. Let me say this: if you, all right, so let's say top spot qualifies. Do you think a regional final should still happen with 8 different people, or just the 7?
I think it would need 8.
I think
it would need 8, but you're saying the top spot automatically qualifies, so that kicks them out. So there's 7. So that means you're saying top spot should go and you should get the next 8. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So you're saying 2 people should qualify from the regions?
I feel like
I'm interested in this, please. I'm interested in this.
I think the top seed should get in automatically, and I guess 2 through 9 should be seated in a bracket and playing for another spot.
Wait, but then again, we had the CPT East, right? The East.
Yeah, that was a Premier. That's separate. Right? That's separate to the World Warrior. That's separate.
Okay.
That's kind of
you might,
you
might have to get rid of that, but they won't get rid of that. So that way you can have 2 people qualified from the regionals.
So are you saying, X-Finesse, let me understand we're on the same page here. Are you saying 2 people should qualify from the regionals, the respective regions? Is that what you want? Not so much as like these online premieres, just from the World Warrior program, 2 people should try and qualify.
Yeah, just from the program.
Yeah, I'm saying 2 people qualify from the World Warrior, and there is no CBT online. One and done.
Oh, okay. So
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying 3 people from each region.
Okay, you're saying 2, but it just exclusively comes from the World Warrior.
Yeah, I don't like that one and done.
Yeah, because it's
online.
It's like
if we're talking,
at least with this one, you got multiple. You got multiple events, and you get points.
I feel like you should get rewarded for consistency. If that's the
right, okay, we're getting there. We're on the same page now. All right, so you want consistency over you just got the lottery ticket on the day.
Exactly. You could have had like a lucky bracket that day. You got into Capcom Cup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like that, in my opinion.
Okay, fair.
Especially if it's online too. So I don't know.
Okay. X-Finesse, do you agree with that sentiment wholeheartedly, or you got anything I'd to say or go against?
Nah, I agree with that. I think you should be able to show like consistency.
Okay, fair. So if we were to, let's say for hypothetical reasons, if we were to just abolish the CPT on the premieres, the one and dones, would you want the World Warrior program to be a longer period? So instead of 5 tournaments, it'd be maybe like 8 to 10.
That would be nice. Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, because it keeps people interested, keep people watching. That's content. That's like, instead of just one and done, it's like, I don't know. To me, it just feels like it's a win-win for everybody.
Okay, no,
viewers,
I'm loving these. There's nothing. No one's gonna say anything about your opinions. I'm loving these opinions.
I don't know. It keeps everybody engaged and playing. Instead of, if there's a CPT in March and you qualify, you got to wait till next year to play.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's kind of, I don't know. I don't like that.
Well, that's part of like event scheduling in the season. That will happen because let's take for example, right, or both of you actually, you lot had to wait until what, last month for your online premiere. So the World Warrior.
Yeah.
So your places were not set in stone. So who won? Punk, right? Punk's place wasn't set in stone until he won that. Then he didn't have to play in the World Warrior because he already qualified. The rest of you, well, it's like it could have happened to any one of you. It literally could have happened to any one of you. So some people, again, like you said, some people rather get their CPT out of the way so they don't have to worry about, playing for so long and trying to qualify. And then you guys, you must have been anxious for about 8 months. Because remember, at first you didn't know there was a World Warrior program coming. And then when it did, You had Ultimate Weapon. We can use it. You're the perfect example. You had better chances in the Ultimate. The Premier, the World Warrior than you did in the online top 16.
CPT.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see where you guys are coming from. So you both prefer a kind of leaderboard system as opposed to here's your golden ticket, nice try, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
Mistopheles, I've got to ask you, what do you think? Because I can't leave you out of this.
I really love the idea of the World Warrior event. I think anytime that you can give the opportunities for people that aren't the household names to shine, whether they can't travel as much, for financial reasons, or they can't take time off work, you're giving these people the opportunity to still get their chance to make a dream come true. I think that is invaluable, especially for something as the fighting game community, where like the community aspect of it and kind of that any given Sunday mentality of like, you could be the person to beat Daigo and win $250,000 at Capcom Cups. It could be any one of us, right? I think that's super important. Now, I won't try and act like it is not a perfect system the way that it's set up. There are obvious issues. Again, there's this issue of like, Ending Walker, he could have easily lost his regional final after dominating all 5 events, and that doesn't seem fair. But at the same time, open brackets are the backbone of our scene, so you can't really like skirt around it. So I would love to see it returned, but maybe with some revisions. What those revisions are, I don't know. I don't get paid to make those decisions, but I love the idea. I love the idea.
Honestly, I like ask these questions because I think Ultimate Weapon, Finesse, you two and about probably 3 other people have said, you know what, the system should come back, but. And then obviously it turns into a nice, interesting discussion because I like hearing the individual perspectives. And again, the people in the heart of the matter that are in the heat of this, I feel, obviously, listen, some people have good opinions, some people have bad opinions, but you're the ones involved in all of this. So it does matter that you guys are give me your perspectives. So it's all about giving you guys that platform to speak and share your opinions with us. Right, Mistopheles, you got any other questions related to SF6 before I hit with my one final question because we are running out of time?
I guess, the only question I've got, he's talked about it on Twitter, and I think a couple other people are doing stuff. There are some beta tournaments that are coming up this weekend that are being organized, one by L.I. Joe, the other that's coming to mind is the Casa Pizza Party. Are either of you guys planning on entering?
Well, X-Finesse needs to get in first.
Yeah, bro.
So yes, assuming you get in, that is a very fair point. Assuming you get in, are both of you guys wanting to enter, or do you guys not? Are you guys like more interested in just like, labbing, playing, doing ranked, whatever?
Yeah, I'm just interested in labbing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I got to look at the details. Like I don't know when it starts, when it ends. And stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't worry, we'll put up the graphic for you once we're done here. But yes, gentlemen, I'm going to hit you with my final question here tonight. It's been great talking to you guys and having you on. So, as you guys should know, we are getting actual commentators be in Street Fighter 6 as real-time commentators, which is great to see progression there. If you could pick 2 commentators you'd want to be in Street Fighter 6 as DLC commentators, who would you pick? Ultimate Weapon, you first.
F-Word and Logan, the duo.
Hey, good choices.
Do you know, I like it. No hesitation.
Legendary.
That's sick. I like that. Fingers crossed they go. Look, maybe you might need to tell Capcom Ultimate Weapon to put some of the European guys in there.
It's my favorite duo.
Listen, so I'll let them know. Heck, they're probably watching it now. They'll let them know. But X-Finesse, what about you? If you could pick 2 commentators to be in Street Fighter 6 as DLC commentators, who'd you pick?
Dang, whatever happened to Z? That guy was hilarious. He had random comments. I thought he was funny.
So you'd want Z in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know who else.
Okay, maybe you could do Z times 2.
Yeah, 2 Zs. Can you imagine? My God.
I think Z could imagine that. 2 Zs. Maybe he could. Maybe he couldn't. But do you know what? No, I love those answers. Gentlemen, it was great talking to you guys and watching you both play as well. Richard, if you put the fight card on the screen right now so that people know where to follow these guys. Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure, but now I have to give you the podium to say whatever it is that you want and plug whatever you need to and thank whatever you want or whoever you want. Within reason, Ultimate Weapon, you first.
Well, I just would like to thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. It was fun. I don't know. Give me a follow on UltimateWeapon_, and and give Balrog a cross up. That's it.
I cannot believe he said that live on the community manager in the
Jesus.
back. Clearly said that live in front of the community manager. I'll make sure you do not get that cross up ever. Anyway, make sure you watch Ultimate Weapon. He's going to be playing in the World Warrior Regional Finals this week, 2 days from now, so keep an eye on that. X-Finesse, you could downplay your character a little bit more. The podium's yours.
Nah. I mean, that is okay. That is okay.
He's okay.
And shout out to Shoryu, Fitted, and God Pumps. I've been playing those guys since 4. It's like 10 years already.
Damn.
Long time.
Yeah. Oh, and shout out to Frenzy. Scrub.
Oh man, these guys are the best indeed. All right.
Shout out to Sanford too. My bad.
Okay.
Shout out to Sanford. Yeah, I see him in chat.
Hey, shout out to Sanford as well. But yeah, putting on the show. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. Yeah, when you're ready, you guys can leave the Discord call so myself and Mr. Mistopheles can close out the show. And I'll thank you guys for coming on the show once again later on tonight.
All right, thanks.
All right,
See you
take
guys.
it easy, gents.
Yep.
What a show indeed. Again, can't thank you enough for that. Showing some of the best that the East Coast has to offer. And again, they are just similar to the UK. They are in a very dense region. So when the guys jump on for, whether it be a World Warrior, whether it be an NLBC, or whatever it may be, these guys are putting in the work, and from start to finish, it's not going to be easy for these guys as well. But I mean, overall, you've been here. This is not the first time you've been here, but did you enjoy the show once again?
Oh, absolutely. It's always a pleasure working with you, Jammers. You're a consummate professional, and you make it very easy. And that being said, as well, like the production always runs smooth. Thank you so much to Mark and Rich for wanting to have me back on, and just give me this opportunity. It really means a lot as I'm, trying to keep advancing my career as a commentator, get more opportunities. This is the biggest stage I could be on for the moment, so this means a lot. So thank you guys so much. And of course, I was really happy that Ultimate Weapon and X-Finesse did want to come on and just, put on a real fireworks show for us, really showcasing these two characters at the highest level, what that means, and, prepping for Street Fighter 6. I'm very, very excited for things going forward, yeah.
Fingers crossed that X-Finesse gets into that beta. And again, like we said, you can see Ultimate Weapon in the regional finals for the NA East this weekend. He's going to be going up with the likes of Kudo, IDOM, NYC Furby, Spaceboy, Mylin, Callisto or Deadeye Artist, and Metro M. That is one you do not want to win. Punk was going to be in there before he qualified, but now it's going to be more difficult indeed. I think the bracket's already up. I think things have already determined with these guys, but that is something you do not want to miss. I'll tell you what you also don't want to miss is Street Fighter League EU. We had our week 10 last week, so all the episodes are up on the YouTube channel right now, and we are splitting up the matches from, I think the first 2 weeks are up, but we're going to be splitting up the matches from week 3 up until the latest week on the YouTube. They're going to be uploaded sporadically, but we're getting them up there so you can follow your favorite players specifically and follow the matchups and study them as much as you like with all your favorite players. You can head on over to StreetFighterLeagueEurope.com to find out more information regarding or revolving everything around SFL EU. Yeah, but it doesn't stop there. There's SFL US still happening as well. You thought Street Fighter League was done over in these next of the woods. It is not. There is going to be more SFL US. I think we're heading into week 10 or week 11 for that, because I think 1 week there we're off because of Thanksgiving, and then obviously they went back on track as well. We're going to pop the website on the screen very shortly for you guys. And again, same rules apply. You can head on over to the website to check out all of the necessary information, the schedule. The replays are up on YouTube. They split their replays up all often and quite frequently as well. You'll be able to see your favorite players. There they are. They're going to be coming out with a full episode of week 10. Yes, week 10 is coming out this week. You can see DCQ up there with week 9. And again, things are shaping up incredibly well over there. You can see the schedule, the teams, the standings, and just see how everything SFL US is happening there as well. I didn't mention this at the top of the hour. I'm going to mention this now. Do not forget, there's an LCQ happening for the CPT finals. They have been announced, and there is an LCQ. Last chance qualifier, everybody's favorite. Apparently, it's easier to qualify for the cup for the LCQ than actually going and accumulating points over the year. A wise man once said with Urian. Anyway, it's going to be happening February 12th and the 13th there. If you do have the time, if you do have the money, because the Capcom Cup is going to be a week long. the longest
Yes.
it's ever been, with the most number of players that are ever going to be qualifying for the Cup. They're going to be there. Head on over to that link there, CatcomUS/LCQ, or head on over to Capcom Pro Tour website and find the necessary details there, and you should be able to sign up to that as well. But it doesn't stop there. More Street Fighter action. There's some this weekend with the Street Fighter 6 closed beta. It is here. Beta test number 2. Before, it was a very small number of players in there, but now they've extended it 4-fold, 10-fold, whatever the number is, you're allowed to do it. So if you weren't in the beta last time, hopefully you signed up, because sign-ups are closed. They should be distributing code amongst the next 2 days so people can download it onto their systems and be able to play it throughout the weekend. December 16th through to December 19th. Cross-play on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam. If you have PlayStation 4, I'm so sorry. My condolences. I'm pretty sure you can go to an exchange store or something and find a PC, or just go to your friend's house. Just say, look, I can make millions off of this one weekend. Just give him that idea. I'll give you a doctor's note, and we can all make it work. We can all make it work. You have some fun in the SF6 beta. But yes, that is about everything we need to plug. There is, of course, new content there. The game's coming out June 2nd. June 2nd, 2023. Mark down that in your calendars. Skip work. Write a doctor's note, something. Do whatever you want. Just mark that date down. There it is. And yeah, apparently a lot of people do not like that cover. I don't know. I'm one of those people that didn't really pay no mind to it. Yeah, I didn't pay no mind to it until people just brought it up. And I'm like, all right, cool. You artists and developers, you clearly know how to do whatever. But hey, listen. If the community can say something about the initial logo for Street Fighter 6 and that just miraculously changed, I mean, who knows who goes to say that we're not going to see another 3 characters on the same front cover for you. You don't even buy games physically anyway these days. You look at the Steam page, you look at the PlayStation page, you pay your money and you move on. It's like, yeah, don't like Luke. It's all right, cool. Keep expressing your disdain a little bit more. But Mr. Mistopheles, it has been a pleasure. Make sure you follow him. Follow him. He's doing interviews and he's got a Twitter account. Make sure you follow him.
Yep. Very active on both. Please do that. At Mr. Mistopheles on Twitter, or twitch.tv/Mr. Mistopheles, then just look up Mr. Mistopheles on YouTube. But any and all support really means a lot, guys.
Yes, he's been putting in the work, and so should you. It takes us a second. Anyway, we got to love you and leave you. But when we come back, we might have an episode next week. We might have one. I need to double check because it is coming to the closing. It is the closing days of 2022, believe it or not. I blinked and it was March yesterday. However, Street Fighter 6 on the horizon. Stay safe, follow the accounts, wash your hands, and Ed is not fine. We'll see you next time. Good night.
See you guys.